One. Welcome to episode
Welcome to
350.
episode 350.
Yay! Woohoo!
Oh my god.
That was
Confetti.
good.
Come in here,
ba-da,
Jeff
ba-da.
Johns. Come in here, Tom King and Mark Wade. Come in here,
Oh, yeah.
JD and Sean McGribbon. Let's crowd
Wow.
around and all have a
Joshua
great
Williamson and Gavin,
Joshua
his last
Williams.
name.
And Scott Lobdell
Scott Lobdell and
and
Eunice.
Caleb.
For all the
round.
Caleb for like 3 months. Who
Oh,
else do we
guys,
had over
Mark
here?
Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo. Hey, Mark, come over
Classic
Yeah,
Mark Ruffalo.
Man,
here. Oh, it's the devil.
350.
The devil's here too. That's good.
It's
That's
me.
good.
It's Stan Lee here.
It's the Stan Lee. Oh my god.
350 years of a hero story.
Yeah.
How do you
wow,
feel
yeah.
about that, man? It's a long time. That's more than I've ever lived.
Yeah. Let's look at. I'm gonna look up SoundCloud. I don't even have access to this account anymore. I was just talking to these guys before we started recording. Like, hey, can I get the password so I can like upload stuff on a hero story? And Tyler said no immediately.
Well,
Yeah,
because I
no.
don't trust you, man. You know, one of the two guys in this call that isn't me started deleting videos on the account. So, as a power play,
In my defense, Tyler, that was a lie. I archived
You
it. and then
hid it.
I
Did you? I knew it.
Yeah, I hit it. Yeah, I hit it. I would never delete. You know me. I couldn't.
I
get rid of
know.
the human
I was like,
condition. There's
I
no
was like,
way.
he's not deleting this. Where did it go? I don't have time to check where it went, but it must not be gone.
I was looking for like a lesser video. I'm like, oh, I could delete like episode 112 or something. Like,
Damn, that would have really got me, man. If you deleted episode 112.
well, that's your favorite episode.
That's true. Going back, thinking about it.
Let's
Was
see.
I on that one?
Let's
Maybe
find
not.
out what 112 is. Now I have to. All right.
Probably has a silly title. You know, it probably has a not so silly title because we were not so silly at that point.
It's the Amazing Spider-Man 850 issue and news, and that's the thumbnail.
Yeah. God, 850. Remember
It's
that
just-
one? That
yeah,
was the
look,
Sin
we were
Eater one.
pathetic.
But that thumbnail's actually great because like it's a perfect advertisement. Look at this. That's the thumbnail. Then we
Yeah.
transition to the video, and there it is.
Boom.
It's perfect.
Wow.
Boom. You're looking
The
for this.
yeah, that's crazy. 850. Wow. Okay. That was a good issue. I like that one.
Scrolling through
Spider-Man.
Spotify
Speak-
right now. I'm trying to find the exact like how long it's been since episode 1. But every time I scroll through 10 and then it has to like buffer. Here we go. Okay.
I think
Mm.
he
8 years
started-
ago. It'll be 9 years ago next month that a hero story started.
Holy shit!
So tomorrow-
Bull fucking what?
When you're listening to this, a hero story is 9 years old.
Is that
Next
a
year
joke?
is the 10th
9.
anniversary of this podcast.
That's
Wow.
so embarrassing. It has to
Wow.
end.
We've never made $1 off of it.
10 years. Oh,
10
well,
years. We
I
haven't
mean,
had a
we're-
new
we're
subscriber on the
9 pretty
YouTube
much.
channel in like 4 years, man. What the fuck are we doing?
We just do this for
We're
fun.
having
man.
fun,
We got
man.
an audience immediately, and then we just haven't grown since.
We're having
my
fun. We're
God.
just having fun.
Hey, if this is your first episode listening to a hero story, you've already clicked off because we started with a bunch of references.
Yeah, because
And-
we all
and you're also
Inside
confused.
jokes.
You're confused because we called it 350 and the title says 50. This is episode.
No, this is
Oh,
350. This
no.
is 350.
Oh, we're going back to
we're-
legacy
baby,
numbering?
We're back. This is 350 next week, 351. We're back, baby.
Oh,
Legacy's
yes.
done. Yeah, we're done. That's the
Uh,
point.
I realized,
that was the
I
point.
realized
I see.
That was the point of the fire. That was the entire point of the fire. Everyone was just like, what's the fire? That's all it was. We're going back to legacy numbering. Except this
And-
week, we're talking about one more day. And so it looks like I was always building to Mephisto, which was
Yes.
the plan.
It
was
worked
always
out
the
was
real
mine.
well,
That was
didn't
mine,
it?
yeah. Mhm.
Didn't
Mephisto
it work
brought
out
back-
real well?
Mephisto wiped
Damn.
out JD. So-
Yeah, well, the trade-off is that we have to read one more day, but then we get episode 350, 51.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Well,
that's cool.
we ought to just jump into it, right? One more day. You want to?
What?
I guess,
Yeah,
yeah, we'll
sure.
start there. I will say, just for the layout of the episode, we are going to be reviewing and discussing Spider-Man One More Day. After that, we'll be announcing what our picks are, our 3 picks are for
Oh, I
June's
I
book
nearly
club,
just showed it right now too.
which which will be voted on
May's
Hero
book
Stories
club.
Instagram. Yeah, well,
In June.
June-
You'll get the
like,
episode.
We'll be in June, first week of June. You can vote for what you want to win on Hero Stories Instagram if you're watching within the first 24 hours of this episode release. After that, we'll go over the news as well as the latest episode of Daredevil and go from there.
I don't by the
Hunter,
way.
you had something you want to
remember any
announce,
news.
though.
Maybe I will at the end.
Oh,
Huh?
you fuck! You're gonna save it till the end?
Should
Yeah.
I do it now?
Just do it.
I'll do it.
Harper, Tyler, you guys can take a break next week.
Because
JD and I
Ooh.
are recording an episode.
Oh.
Just me and JD. We're doing a issue 1 again for 351.
I was
Wow.
like, I said in the Discord, I'm like, we're canceling. Like Tyler and I are leaving, and it's going back to Hunter and Jenny. Really?
Yeah,
Just you two?
we have the plan set and everything. We already have a day like set aside for us. Me to.
I
Just,
don't have
short
a
episode,
job.
a
I
short
can be
episode.
there if you want to be there. I'm literally.
This is gonna be.
Okay.
This is gonna be a little episode, but in that episode there'll be another announcement. So
okay.
there.
Oh, they're
You guys are
making
getting
a fucking
married.
comic book. They've got to be making a comic book or something.
Oh God, no.
Okay. What could it be? What could the announcement be?
They're
How
engaged.
about I'll message you. I'll message you guys. Don't say it
Oh,
out loud 'cause we
live
wanna save
reaction.
it for this.
Oh, here we
Live
go. All right.
reaction. Let's go.
Is it cool? It's really cool. Is it something?
I
It's
hope
something
so.
you're saying? All
I mean,
right.
it's an announce. I guess if they're doing a video to announce something.
Are you doing a
that-
video to announce it, or are you doing
Why
video
did I send
and
that
you're
in this
announcing
link?
it?
I don't know. It'll be announced in GT episode.
That's not true.
Is that
That's
for real?
not
We,
true.
we talked for a while last night.
Holy
Wow.
And you
So
guys
what
know
does
for a
that
fact I literally
But-
cannot talk about it on recording.
shit! No, no, you cannot
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Wow.
But
Wow,
but
so
it is
this-
true. It is
Wow.
true, and it starts in the fall. So
Okay.
Wow, dude, there's a lot. I got a lot of questions. Like, what does that mean though?
I can talk
Does
to you
that
guys more
mean-
when we stop recording. So
Yeah,
we'll make
does
this
that mean
episode
the
like
thing?
10 minutes, and then we'll.
I wonder if that means the
Let's give us one more day
thing's
real quick.
done.
The thing is, the Ben Grimm is moving.
Sure,
All right, good to know.
Sure. Interesting. Okay, interesting. But the thing hasn't changed.
We don't know.
No,
Interesting.
All right. Anyway,
Let's
get into it.
Welcome
One more
to
day.
episode 350.
one more day. So
Wow,
last
okay.
month we did a stupid book called Three Jokers, and I got mad and I retaliated with the worst book I could think of, which was Spider-Man One More Day. Thank
Yeah.
God you guys got it. I hope you guys know how serious this shit is now. We're not picking stupid fucking books to read anymore because this was miserable. This was
Mm.
miserable to read. It will be miserable to talk about. And
This
I
made
am
me angry.
so excited to do it. So excited
Yeah.
to do it.
I do not recall that ever a time a comic book has made me feel this like
Defeated, right?
God.
Yeah.
There are comics about characters that I love that are really bad and treat them disrespectfully, and I felt more like, oh my God, what is this towards this than I did those books.
Have you ever, Harper, read a good Spider-Man comic book?
No, it's one more day. It's Sin's past. And
Yeah,
then,
like, you've
various
never-
assorted issues.
Yeah.
and then
You've
Ultimate
never-
Spider-Man too. Which,
Oh yeah, I
was
read like
disappointing.
all of Miles Morales, but none of the
Yeah.
Peter Parker.
I'm,
Yeah,
talk-
I was-
I'm talking like
Jonathan
like
Hickman.
Ultimate Spider-Man,
Oh yeah.
which just ended up
that's true.
sucking in the end.
I got like 7 issues in. I was like, I'm good. God.
Well, so
Yeah.
yeah, we got Spider-Man One More Day. I mean,
What's the synopsis, Tyler? This is your book, so tell us what.
what's
it's about
I'll
for those
read
who
what it
didn't
says
read
on the back. Actually, I got the trade.
You bought the
Honestly,
trade.
very good
Yeah, that's-
hardcover, very nice hardcover, and I
The,
love.
the art
Actually,
is good.
yeah, the art is good on this fucking
Well,
cover. On this
well,
page, the art is
on
good.
the cover. On the cover, I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
We'll get
yeah,
into
yeah,
the
okay.
full thoughts about the art. It says on the back, "What would you do?" ... If the dearest person in your life, the one to whom you owe your entire world, was near death in a hospital. Yeah, I'm not. You know what? We'll just read it. I'm not even.
That
gonna get into
doesn't.
it.
That's not
Oh,
even.
the-
That's not the right.
The victim of a bullet aimed at your heart but
Yeah.
pierced hers instead. What would you do if this were simply the latest in a series of tragedies, the most recent example of the misery, madness, and even murder to befall those closest to you? What would you, this is not a bad synopsis. What would
Can
you
I be
do
crude?
if yeah.
If they asked me that question, my answer would be like, if I'm Peter Parker, right? Just keep banging my hot girlfriend. That's
Wife.
exactly what I'm doing. Right.
Hot wife.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Well, used to be.
Well, if your answer was that, then she's still your wife.
no more.
Not anymore.
What would you do if all this happened because of who you are, what you stand for, and the life you were destined to lead? Sorry. What would you do if you had the power to save her, but at a price that may be more than you can bear to pay? What would you do if you were Spider-Man and you only had one more day? This is what it says.
Fire, doesn't it? Yeah.
It actually is not a bad synopsis. It's definitely better than that Batman Dark Patterns synopsis that we saw AI generated. At
The
least
AI
you could tell
generated-
a
God,
human
so
wrote this
bad.
and tried to make it
Yeah.
sound really cool. Because honestly, that's not a bad
It
read.
does sound cool.
Um,
It does sound cool.
The end of J.M. Michael Straczynski's run. Let's get into the history of this. Why not? Let's just throw it in all the way. Spider-Man got married in 1987, right? Because Stan Lee married him in the in
Oh,
the
congratulations.
newspaper strip comic book, right? The newspaper strip comic had Spider-Man get married to Mary Jane. And so the editors at the time were like, yo, we could get all the sweet newspaper print readers, the guys that read newspapers. So everybody at the time, we can get them to read Amazing Spider-Man if we get Peter and MJ married. There's this huge idea that Peter and MJ were destined to be married. They were star-crossed, and they had like he engages to her, and they have a huge, like honeymoon period. They get married immediately. You're reading Spider-Man, annual comes out. What the fuck? Peter just got married? Spider-Man continues. It's literally that. So there is a part where it's like, okay, I see why some people are like, that makes no sense, right? But it happened, and it totally changed the character, right? It was the next step. Arguably the biggest thing to ever happen to him was him getting married to MJ. And it changed the course of how the character would be, like how he would grow, how he would be written. It changed just the content of the stories, right? Because now MJ is the secondary character in Spider-Man's life. Like it's Peter Parker, Spider-Man, and Mary Jane now is the Amazing Spider-Man comic book. So
Flash.
Yeah, but legitimately, that is what Spider-Man is at that point, right? It's like we are Spider-Man, because the thing that's cool about MJ is that she's like the only person. But it's true. It's like MJ's the only person that accepts that part of Peter, right? That accepts that she's going to have to live a lonely life where she can't be honest with everybody, and she's going to have to sacrifice a lot because of Peter, but she loves him so much that it equals out, right? She's okay with the sacrifice. She's the only other person besides Peter that has to live with the great power, great responsibility thing, right? It's awesome. They're fucking amazing together. And for some
Ned
reason...
Leeds wasn't involved for some reason.
No, Ned Leeds was not involved. And, they didn't wipe their memories completely, and they didn't have Doctor Strange. Well, you know what? Actually, we'll get into that. They kind of did. What did you send? That's so fucking stupid, man. Anyway, continue. He just sent the dumbest shit. You put it, you know what? You put it in the thumbnail. I would love if you put it in the thumbnail somehow.
You want me to put that in the thumbnail?
Yes. Or just comment it when the video comes up tomorrow. But Joe Quesada is this guy who Marvel there's so much lore to this, man. It goes so deep. Marvel goes into bankruptcy in the late 90s, right? There's this thing called the speculators bubble, which burst in the 90s and killed comic book stores, right? Like something like 80% of comic book stores closed in the 90s because everything was selling at such high numbers. Because it's like something like somebody in the 90s found an old Action Comics #1, sold it for like $1 million, and then everyone realized, oh my god, old comic books are valuable, which means that these modern comic books will be valuable. So they're buying X-Men, for example, in the 7 million range, right? But you buy X-Men, you buy 7 million issues of X-Men because 1 million people are buying 7 different covers, really. But then next issue, you're not getting 7 million on that, right? And so the scale of the books they were put out was not matching the scale of how many people were reading them. Bubble bursts, and Marvel goes bankrupt. They literally declare bankruptcy. They have to merge with a company called Toy Biz, which is run by 2 guys named Avi Arad and Ike Perlmutter. Those guys run Marvel now. And the president of Marvel is this guy named Bill Jemas. And Bill Jemas...
Who's Ike Perlmutter friends with? Is he friends with anyone?
He's friends with a lot of really creepy, weird dudes. Let's just say...
Really? Yeah. Could you name them all on one hand?
A lot of... no, I couldn't. I'd need all my fingers and all my toes, maybe. But...
I don't know. Do you reckon Hunter's seen that photo?
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's a very scary photo of Ike Perlmutter and Donald Trump in the White House. You got to show it. It is awesome. It's creepy as shit.
He looks literally like the devil. Look at this one.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's Ike Perlmutter. That's the guy that ran Marvel.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
They hire a guy named Bill Jemas to be the president of Marvel. Bill Jemas is generally a pretty fucking stupid person, but he had a very good idea, which was, let's get indie guys to write Marvel comic books. So they hire this guy from might have been called Malibu Comics was the company. They hire Joe Quesada to run a new brand of Marvel called Marvel Knights, right? They launched Marvel Knights with Daredevil. Joe Quesada is a big fan and actually friends with Kevin Smith. They get Kevin Smith on Daredevil. Marvel Knights
Guardian
takes off.
Devil.
Yeah, whoa, Guardian Devil. But
Yeah.
yes, actually, I mean, he
Baby
did
on
the
the
art.
roof.
He did the art
One
on
of
that
the
book.
most bottom tier fucking
Yeah.
stories.
Joe Quesada did the art on that book, right? And that was the launching point for Marvel Knights. And Marvel Knights did so well because it wasn't just Marvel Knights, to be honest, because Joe Quesada also takes a risk on this guy named Brian Michael Bendis and gives him Ultimate Spider-Man. He's like, Bendis is just this random indie writer. That's what he was. That's all he was known for. He was this indie writer that wrote this book called Powers. He gives him the relaunch of Spider-Man. Let's modernize Spider-Man. Bendis does what he does. And then Bendis fucking does what he does, right? He goes to Daredevil, he goes to New Avengers. And honestly, you cannot argue that Joe Quesada did not positively impact 99% of Marvel Comics in the early 2000s. It's just inarguable, right? You get New Avengers by Bendis, you get the entire Ultimate Universe, you get Brubaker on Captain America, you get Extremis was not all that good, but it was a launching point for a lot of Iron Man stuff.
Exactly.
Joss Whedon comes in and writes X-Men. Grant Morrison comes in and writes X-Men. Like a whole bunch of really, just the run of Daredevil, right? Bendis on Daredevil, then Brubaker on Daredevil. It's all Joe Quesada, right? He's the editor-in-chief at this point because he was doing so well.
Don't forget,
I can't.
The mask in the Iron Man by
Yes,
Joe Quesada.
Goated story. He did draw that one, yes, where Iron Man's armor falls in love with him.
He wrote it.
He did write it. Yes, it's true. Also, I guess that means that Joe Quesada is responsible for the Tony Stark identity reveal, right?
I guess he would have
The fact
to
that he
be,
hired
yeah, it'd have to
Bendis for Ultimate Spider-Man and then moving on to Avengers and Daredevil. So he's kind of responsible for John Kent being aged up.
He is. He's responsible.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he is. Yeah, I guess so. He's responsible for destroying John Kent. That's why you hate him. I got a book right in front of you, though, you might talk about right here. So, and also, obviously, I don't know how I forgot this. J. Michael Straczynski, who was a TV guy. He created this show called Babylon 5. He was hired to write Amazing Spider-Man, and he decides J. Michael Straczynski writes Amazing Spider-Man as like kind of a soap drama, right? It's like Peter and MJ and Aunt May and their relationship and them growing as people, more so than just the Spider-Man adventures, right? Which is really good. And it is arguably the best run of Amazing Spider-Man ever. A lot of people will tell you this. If you're going to read Spider-Man, you might want to read JMS's run. What happened?
Sure, man.
Oh, no.
We're just building. We know what we're building.
Every fucking week.
Yeah.
We get 10 minutes in. And we get every episode last like 8 weeks. I look at Hunter and I see him stifling a yawn. Like he cannot help it.
I was doing this.
No, it's before that. You did like a. And I was just.
I have coffee. I'm drinking coffee.
Oh, he's awake now.
Oh, I'm almost done.
It's like he's been fighting Freddy Krueger for the last 6 months. He's just like constantly wired and on the verge.
How many more days? JMS, he writes Spider-Man with John Romita Jr. It is one of the best Spider-Man runs ever, right? It's the Peter as a teacher, as an adult, married man stubble Peter, which is my favorite by John Romita Jr. It's so good. It's one of the best runs. It is legitimately one of the best runs of the character ever. And it leads and obviously when John Romita Jr. leaves, we go to Sins Past, which is also JMS. So you can argue there's a cutoff point where the run is amazing, and then it goes to
and then it's the worst.
Yes, because it's Sins Past, and there's a terrible story called Skin Deep, and then it goes Civil War, where Peter reveals his identity to the public, and then it goes into this, right, and all the lead up into this. Joe Quesada apparently had a
John
Quesada. Joe Quesada apparently had this like 3-step plan for him running Marvel, right? He became editor-in-chief and his plans were less mutants, break up the Avengers, break up the marriage, right? So House of M, 99% of mutants wiped out, right?
House of M was good though.
House of M is awesome. Barring the fact that it does destroy literally 99% of the mutant population on Earth.
Yeah, they're like all back.
But it's a good story though. And it's a good story. And all the ones I cared about were not powerless. So it's not like I really cared that.
Like, all these mutants are gone, but don't worry. All of your favorites are still here.
But Wolverine is okay. So that's where that's all right.
Wolverine's good and Cyclops is good. It's fine, guys.
Yeah, exactly. And then obviously Civil War breaks up the Avengers. So then we get Peter's revealed his identity. Obviously, in Civil War, Peter turns from Team Tony to Team Cap because they killed Goliath, which is real fucked up. And now, as of one more day, Peter Parker's a man on the run. Right? He's not registered with the Superhuman Registration Act. He is anti the thing. Like he's gone from supporting it to the point where he unmasks his identity. Probably the most important secret identity in all of comic books. Peter Parker, he unmasks it, which is crazy. Just as a thing, I can't even imagine reading Civil War issue 2 at the time, and Peter pulls off his goddamn mask and reveals himself to the world.
I wouldn't believe it. I'd be like,
yeah, exactly.
It's not gonna last. It's kind of like Alfred's death. Like when we all read Alfred's death for the first time, we're just like, he'll be back next year.
But clearly we know now.
Wow, that's true.
We clearly know now that the identity reveal was a means to an end for them to get to this point. Like, there's no way they would have done it on purpose to have it last.
We need you to do this so we can write the worst fucking story possible.
So after Civil War, Peter's on the run, and they do the story called Back in Black, where Aunt May gets sniped. It's one of my favorite. It's legitimately a very good moment where Aunt May gets sniped. That's not fun. But then Peter runs out of the motel. I don't think it's in this. Peter runs out of the motel they're in
and just beats the shit out of the guy.
No. He doesn't beat the shit out of the guy. He grabs the nearest car and throws it at the guy, which is awesome. The guy's like in like a clock tower. Peter just grabs the nearest car and throws it full force at the clock tower.
That's awesome.
And then you get Back in Black, which is literally just movie synergy tie-in story to tie in the fact that Spider-Man 3, he was getting the symbiote suit.
Oh my
Peter
God,
goes back to his black suit because he's all dark and angry now, and he goes to seek out Wilson Fisk, who is the person that hired the assassination of Peter Parker. It's that cool scene where he beats the shit out of Fisk and he puts his hand in his mouth and he says, I could just fill up your entire body with webbing and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Back in Black isn't bad. It's just people like love it so much because it's like edgy Peter. It's like legitimately nothing to lose Peter. Then we get to this. We're finally here at One More Day, right? 2007, 20 years after the marriage. One More Day happens. This is all Joe Quesada. J. Michael Straczynski's name is on this book. This is all Joe Quesada. JMS does not agree with the story. He does not like it. He was forced to write it because all of his run was about building the relationship between Peter and MJ again. So
here's the thing.
They made him throw it out.
Did he have to write it?
No, but also that is proven because the last issue of this book is completely Joe Quesada. JMS did not write that issue. He dropped off. Yeah, his name is on it.
Because I was thinking about, I've said this to you before, Tyler, Len Kaminsky, when he was writing Iron Man, Marvel were just like, here's what we're doing. We're going to reveal that he's gone insane through some time travel shit.
Yeah.
Then we're doing the Teen Tony thing. And Len Kaminsky went, no, not doing that. I'm going to end my run right now and you can't stop me. And he just did it. Like, that's it.
If you look at if you see this,
that's crazy. So the last issue,
writers, JMS, and it says Joe Quesada right there.
Yeah.
He did write completely that last issue. Entirely goes written by Joe Quesada. 20 years after the marriage. Marriage was 20 years long, right? From 1987 to 2007. This comes out and this destroys the entire character forever. Forever since this book, which we're nearing 20 years on, the character has been broken and legitimately unfixable in its current state. There's nothing you can do about it without having to address this.
Still affects it. I will say the one good thing of the. Sorry, you go.
Oh, I was just going to say, reading this book, the turn of every page, I felt like I was watching someone die in front of me, like so sincerely. Yeah. I could feel the death of that character.
You can feel the death of like the fan base. You can feel the death of like your enjoyment of this character who everyone loved as a kid, at least as a fucking kid, not just given all the adults like us who like Spider-Man. Like, you can just feel them wringing out the last bits of anything you had for this character. It's
The only
Batman's
good
pretty
thing
cool,
that ever
though.
came from this,
Like
yeah,
Batman
it
a
is.
lot.
The only good thing that ever came from this book is, I guess, No Way Home is sort of inspired by it.
It's
Sort
The
of.
movie,
Yeah.
sort of. I mean, like very loosely, but the whole
Yes, yeah,
idea of like
very
Peter's
loosely.
identity, everyone forgets him, goes
Yeah.
back to like
Yeah,
that.
the
Yeah.
crux of the decision, the one more day part of it, is absolutely adapted there. It's just not
And it's
Mephisto, and
good.
it's not Aunt May. Well, I mean, I guess Aunt May dies, but he doesn't bring
Yeah.
her back. That's not the point.
But yeah, and he deals with it.
Yeah,
He
which is what he should do
accepts it.
because she's a million years old. I mean, she's
Yeah.
a babe in that movie, and he
I
lets
mean-
it go.
It's crazy. Oh yeah, it's crazy that she didn't just explode from being shot by a sniper.
Right? She got
Like,
like stomach, dude. How
yeah.
did she not just?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
She
god, a sniper
dies,
meant to kill
and
Spider-Man.
It's sad, but he accepts that and he learns a lesson from it.
Yeah, it's part of
And he
his character.
understands it, and it
Character
hurts him,
development,
but that's development. And in this case,
That's
they're
it.
just like, no. Peter's
It's
like,
literally
"Oh, Ash gonna die,
every
Ash gonna
character-
die."
Every character shows up and goes, Peter, like death is a part of life. It's what gives life meaning. You have to move on and just accept that this is what it is. It's not your fault. It is what it is. Whatever. And Peter's like, yeah, I hear you. And then at the end of the issue, he goes,
But-
but fuck you. And I'm
Yeah.
just going to do that. I'll make a deal with literally the devil.
Yeah.
And then
It's-
Mary Jane comes along and is like, well, he's making some good points. And I'm like, Mary Jane, I don't think you would think that either.
Yeah,
Why
Mary
would
Jane,
be-
don't you
There's no
value
way-
your marriage? Like,
Yeah,
don't you?
No way
Yeah.
does
No,
Mary
no.
Jane think like, no, let Peter. Yeah, it's right.
Let
Like, I
Mephisto
understand.
cook. Yeah.
I'm hurting too. Yeah, let's let the devil cook. That makes so
Yeah,
much sense.
I know
What?
it's the devil, but if Aunt May lives, she might have another 3 days.
Yeah, exactly. She might
Yeah,
have
yeah, exactly.
3 more days.
3 more days. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
What'd you guys think?
Yeah, it sucked ass. I told you it was way worse than I thought. It would
Tyler was right when he pitched this for book club, because we all hate it, we all know it, but Harper and I have never actually read it.
Yeah,
I've
I've
never
probably
read
read this. When you're a Spider-Man fan, and I don't think that a lot of them actually think this, Spider-Man fans. I mean, like I think a lot of people think like, oh, and maybe comic book fans in general, like you only seek out the good stuff. You only want to read the good stuff. But I have the mentality of like, I'm not going to talk shit about the
good
bad
stuff?
stuff if I haven't read the bad stuff,
No,
right?
that
Like,
was
I don't think
legit
I
me
could
with, like,
talk
Sins
about-
past. I heard people say
Yeah.
it was funny, so I read it.
Yeah, like I don't think I could talk about One More Day having destroyed the character if I never read One More Day. So I must have read it like 10 years ago once, right?
Fucking hell.
And but the effect of it is forever. It's not a story you do forget, right? Like I do forget about Sins Past sometimes, but One More Day is in every Spider-Man comic you read to this day, right? Like every
Yeah.
single one is affected by this.
I also agree
Um,
with you. I think you shouldn't shun the bad. Like I think my enjoyment of Daredevil would be lesser if I hadn't read Shadowland and that Ahmed run.
Yeah,
Like,
me too.
Because you've got
100%.
to experience that to then
Yeah.
get out on the other
Also,
side.
sometimes you like the stuff that people say is bad. Like everyone
That's
hates
also
Onslaught.
true.
I think Onslaught, the 90s event, is awesome. I think it's very
Mm.
cool. And so obviously seek out your own thing. But if you're seeking out One More Day because you think it might be good and you think it's good, you're an idiot because this is terrible. Because this is terrible, and it
Mm.
intentionally, like it wouldn't be so bad if it could be divorced from meta reading, because there's no way to read this without knowing the meta side of
Yeah.
the editor in chief has taken control and doesn't care about telling a story. He just has a mandate that he wants to accomplish.
You said this to us the other day. Like it's
Yeah.
a story that knows that you know what's going on, so it doesn't even try and engage with being a story.
Yes, it's just
that
like
was so
we
spot
have
on when you
we
said that.
have to end the marriage, or not even that. I want to end the
Mhm.
marriage, and so I'm just gonna make it happen by any means possible, regardless of the characters in the story and their development over the last 40 years. By the point this had come out, 45. The title and the mantra of this entire comic book, right? With great power, there must also come great responsibility. Just every aspect of even just respecting your audience and not destroying something that they liked, right? Or respecting that they like that you. It's aggressively like they are talking down to you because they think they know better. And a lot of the times they do. That's his job, right? The editor should know better than your average reader. But there's also so many aspects of this where it's like there's no statistics that back up that this was a better idea than what you were doing. There's nothing that
Yeah.
backs it up.
Sorry, wasn't one of the reasonings was because they wanted Peter to be a bit more relatable to a younger audience, and
Well,
younger
the
audiences
question
aren't
there was
married.
yes, yeah, exactly. The question was of the pitch of One More Day, where you sell the marriage to the devil. It was always the second question is like, okay, why not just get them divorced, right? Like, why do you have to go through the devil thing? Why not just have Peter and MJ split the fuck up legally, right? And then the idea was
I
that,
feel
oh
like that
well,
would be worse.
I don't think it. I don't think anything is worse. I don't want them to get divorced. I don't think anything is worse than them
Yeah.
selling their love to the devil.
I
I
was gonna
don't.
say, I think that
Okay.
makes more sense as characters if they go through a rough patch or
Yeah,
something happens where they feel like they
She
have to
meets
divorce
Paul.
or whatever.
she meets Paul. Yeah,
No,
exactly.
no.
But the idea was that they felt that a divorce would actually age him more. That like old people are divorced,
Oh,
right?
right.
So,
Okay, I get
which
you
I
there.
guess
Yeah.
makes
Yeah.
sense, but also like that's another issue of his entire philosophy behind Spider-Man is this idea that he has to stay young. You know, this idea that he needs to be young
Mhm.
forever because Joe Quesada was someone who read Spider-Man in the 70s and the 80s, and he remembers, even though I don't fucking think he does, he allegedly remembers the era where it was Peter and MJ and Harry and Gwen, which was a very short amount of time that ended in
Mm.
1971. So when Gwen fucking died. So
Yeah.
I don't think he remembers that, but that is what he thinks that is lost from Spider-Man these days. He thinks
He
the
was
youthful aspect of it is lost.
he's looking back, being like, "Yeah, I go to the comic shop just to read
Yeah.
these four people, and next to me would be Dwayne Johnson buying his Black
Yeah,
Adam
Black Adam
Black Adam.
comics.
Yeah. I grew up on Black Adam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Four
But
god.
it's
issues of Black Adam when he was a
but
kid.
essentially that's why he did it. He did it because he remembers those days and he thinks that
remembers
that was
wrong.
better for the character, right?
I get wanting to like this happens with every single writer. They're nostalgic about who they liked back then. That's why
it's
like
usually
Kyle
the
Rayner
editors.
is
That's a
back.
Dan DiDio thing,
'Cause
usually.
yeah,
Mm.
Kyle Rayner was like the Green Lantern of the 90s, and now right now Kyle Rayner is the Green Lantern currently.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
that's
get that. And
cool.
Wally
That's
West is the Flash currently.
But that's
So
cool nostalgia. And like the thing is, those characters, people have nostalgia for them, but they're also like the best. Like
They're also good
good
characters, yeah.
they're not just bringing
Wally
like
and
Wally.
Kyle, pretty
I
good.
like. I'm not one to throw the word objectively around for things on things that are subjective and just personal opinion, but I feel like Wally is objectively the best fucking Flash because none of the others are
I
interesting.
agree.
Barry is just a clone of Wally with worse books.
Yeah.
I like
Bar-
Barry Allen. Don't get me wrong, I love the Flash, but like, come
mean,
on, are we being
yeah,
serious?
Wally is objectively probably the best legacy character in comics ever, right? It's like Wally or it's Miles Morales, I think.
I was
Um,
ooh,
or Dick
Ooh.
Grayson.
Ooh.
But
Ooh.
like with Dan
ooh.
DiDio, his whole philosophy when he ran DC was that like he didn't like the legacy characters. He felt that they aged the original characters, right? Like
Blind spot.
if you love Blind
Mm.
Spot, man.
You know I love blind spot.
You like when Ben
Yep.
Urich's son is Daredevil in Daredevil End of
Oh,
Days.
in End of Days. Fuck.
Yes.
Yeah,
BB Urich.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
like the new
Um,
Iron Fist
You do? You do like the new
from
Iron
Marvel Rivals.
Fist. Yes.
Mm.
But
That's
it's
weird.
like
That's not what you said in the group chat.
yeah, you say a lot of weird things about that Iron Fist in the group
Yeah.
chat. But
I don't
it
even
has
have a
the
joke to combat that.
No, he's got no.
Because it's
I just
true.
watched
True.
the gears turning his
I'm
head.
just saying, it ain't true. Hey guys, one more day. Second page. Isn't this a scary page?
yeah,
Like MJ
terrifying.
and Peter look like a two-headed monster.
Yeah.
What did you think? What do you guys think of Joe Quesada's art generally? Maybe not
Dude,
even
there are
necessarily in this book, but just overall.
It's very
Okay, well,
2000s.
Let's start.
Very,
Yeah, it is.
it's very
Let's
90s.
start with this.
He real quick. He became popular because he created a firefighter superhero named like Ash or something like that, and that was his first book. He also,
Pretty sick.
the most famous thing he would have done in the 90s is he co-created Azrael, John Paul Valley. He
No
yeah.
shit.
he did that miniseries and it has my favorite character in DC Comics, Nomos, which is John Paul Valley's gnome, like what's it called? Dwarf friend. Love him.
I will
anyway,
say, I started this knowing like this is gonna be the worst thing I ever read. 4 pages in, you get this shot of like Peter just swinging through New York, and you see the
Yeah.
Sentry's Tower on top of the Avengers Tower, and I'm like, this is
Yeah.
the best thing ever. I love this era.
Yeah, absolute
you-
cinema.
that,
Yeah.
that is such a good era. You got to remember
I
that
love
in this
moment in Marvel.
in this era of Marvel, like right before Civil War destroys it, Peter is on the Avengers, like full on just a member of the Avengers, which was taboo as fuck, right? Like that was not a thing that they had ever done. That was technically a Bendis idea, but Joe Quesada is the reason that happened. Like apparently there was a Marvel summit where they were talking about how the Justice League works, and Mark Millar was like, the Justice League works because they have Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman, like all the popular characters. Bendis goes, okay, well, why not put, not that bad. I think it's pretty cool. Bendis goes,
that looks sick as fuck.
It does look awesome. Yeah.
You asked what I thought of the art. Look, there are splash pages in that book that look amazing. And then anytime he draws a face, it's like, why does Mephisto's theoretical kid look like 50 years old, bro?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But like the new Avengers era, you're right that like Peter was living in Avengers Tower with MJ and Aunt May. Aunt May lived in Avengers Tower with them. Like she was just a part of the cast of characters. Peter and MJ and all of them living in Avengers Tower. There was a issue I recently read where, I mean, even in this, like Tony has a picture of the new Avengers and they're like a family. Like I read the wedding between Luke Cage and Jessica Jones recently, and that ends with a picture of all of them together at the wedding, and it's like Spider-Man, Peter and Wolverine and Captain America and Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. Like that is such a good era for Marvel in general. Like I think about that and I just feel so happy with that being the direction of the universe, right? Like these are the Avengers and they're a full-on family. They hang out all the time, they're eating together, like Jarvis cooks for them and cleans their food and shit. Like
Jarvis, cook for us and clean our food.
I meant to say clothes. Sorry, I messed up there. But like, yeah, you see that and you go, oh man. But then you immediately realize I'm in this story, which means all that is over, which means that this is fucked up and done. And like immediately when you get into the Iron Man stuff, it's like, what are we even talking about now? You can't, you can't, it just doesn't make, nothing makes any fucking sense in this story. Nothing
I'll
makes
kill you,
any
Peter
sense.
Parker. I'll fucking obliterate you. Anyway, Jarvis, pay his bills.
Yeah. Jarvis
what a
literally
waste
send
of an issue.
Jarvis, send Jarvis. Yeah, literally, it's like it is a total waste of an issue, but it only exists because they need to come up with reasons for why they can't medically heal Aunt May, right? Like, and why Peter, like, this only happens because you need to go, oh man, even Iron Man couldn't help. I guess they have to talk to Mephisto, right? Like that's the only reason they do any of this.
And they go to a science guy and then they go to a magic guy.
Yeah.
But
honestly,
literally, it's like the whole conceit of that first issue is the dude going, hey, look, man, she's probably fucking dead, but we can't do anything unless you have the money. And then Peter gets the money and he goes, the doctor goes, oh my God, how did you do this? This is amazing. Anyway, we'll make her as comfortable as she can be. She's probably going to be dead. I'm like, why have the issue about the money? Why were you excited?
2 million too.
Yeah. Why did the doctor go like, oh, you got the money? Did he just want the money? Like he just counts.
He gets a commission off the top. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like, oh, she's dead as fuck anyway, dude. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, God, it's crazy.
It's
a waste
honestly,
of an issue.
Honestly, Tony could be written worse here. Like Tony as having a lot of regret. Like obviously he would be beating the shit out of himself every single day because of what happened to Aunt May. Like he would never forgive himself for that happening. Like even though it's not really his fault, he would definitely feel responsible for that. And so like the kind of mournful era where it's like Tony really is in this era of feeling like he's ruined everything. Like I've destroyed, we all used to trust each other. We all used to be friends and I've completely fucked up all of that because I just wanted us to all sign a paper. You know, like Tony could be written worse because there's a worse version of this where Tony goes, listen, man, you didn't sign the thing. I'm leaving. And he leaves with everything. And he's like, sticks middle fingers off to Peter.
And he doesn't pay the bill. Like, it was very obvious that's where it was going to go. They don't want to make him look like a straight up villain, but they have to play in the minutia of, well, during this time, Tony's on the pro registration thing and like Spider-Man's against it. So like, obviously they're against each other. I think for me, the Civil War thing, just like, do you feel in any way like bad for Peter when it comes to Civil War and his choices within?
No, he made that choice.
He's a married adult. Like if this is Tom Holland, Peter Parker, there's an argument. Like in this, when he's like, I looked up to you like a father. I'm like, you're a grown man. Dude.
You are a
Fucking
grown
get
man.
over it.
You are
You're
Iron
married.
Boy Jr.
You
What are you
literally
doing right now?
Yeah, exactly. Like he's
Yeah.
not a kid being manipulated into a decision, and then it's like, wow, I can't believe Tony did that. You're an adult. Grow the fuck
Yeah.
up. You made
Yeah.
the choice.
Yes.
Dumbass. Fucking
100%. But that's also the reason why it's like this character dies here, because he makes a decision in this book which goes against everything he ever would have believed in, right? Because literally, I don't know if you guys remember this, he became Spider-Man because he feels responsible for the death of Uncle Ben, right? And he fucking uses it every day. And I think at a point he doesn't get over it, because you don't get over something like that, but he learns to live with it, right? And that is literally the arc of the character in general. That is the story of Spider-Man. Is with great power comes great responsibility. And this spits in the face of that, because if Aunt May were to die, that is just another lesson that he has to learn.
I have
like
great
you said.
power. I need to save her.
The conceit of the name of this book is One More Day. The last issue does not actually give. I thought the last issue was going to be Peter and MJ get to share one last day together
so too.
before their marriage is over.
No, they're
that
stuck
doesn't fucking happen.
in an ethereal hotel room or motel
They're
room.
stuck in an
even.
ethereal hotel room. They have one conversation, then it's done. Would the conceit of this book not be better if the One More Day was just you get to spend, like, I'll make a deal, or Doctor Strange or whatever is like, I can't bring her back, but I can give you one more day with Aunt May before you have to
like
fucking
Shrek Forever After.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say all
just like
AI by fucking Steven Spielberg. You know that movie? Like it's like
Sure.
like the robot kid. It gets to spend one day with his mum before she's dead. Do that. Is that not meaningful? That's impactful.
Yeah, but you have to remember they were never going to kill Aunt May.
The whole point was going to be we want him to be single again.
She's the best character in comics.
That's another thing. Is like, why are we going to bat for Aunt May? What is your favorite Aunt May moment?
Dude.
What is your favorite Aunt May moment? Like,
when she dies.
One. Yeah.
In the Tom Holland Spider-Man movie when she dies.
My favorite is when she dies in Amazing Spider-Man 400. Like, it's just when she dies.
I think there's a hero in all of us.
That was pretty good. That is a good fucking Aunt May moment. That is a good Aunt May moment.
I see so many edits of that. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, good chills, goosebumps. Yeah,
I like her upper arm strength when Dr. Octopus dropped her off the skyscraper. She held on with the umbrella. Like, goddamn.
She's like 400 years old in those movies.
She's still alive too. I can't believe
why she's so. Remember when Homecoming was coming out, they're like, oh, why do they make like Aunt May so young? It's like, that's a reasonable like age for an aunt to be. How old
for raising a 15-year-old boy? Yeah. The you mentioned this in the Discord, Harper. The covers to this comic,
oh my god, just so ugly,
I don't understand what they're doing. I think it's supposed to be like how old comics, like maybe when Joe Quesada allegedly remembers, would be like, in this issue you get, that kind of thing. But like, read the room, dude. This is not the time for that. This is
enough said.
Yeah.
Like,
what is this?
Oh,
this is nonsense.
It's nonsense.
There's arrows pointing to different things.
Yeah. Attention, true believer. If you read but one comic this decade, this is part 2, by the way. If you read one comic this decade, this one's it. Why has Doctor Strange summoned the dared hands of the heinous hands of death? Who are the necrophalgus Night Stalkers? And while you try to all figure that out, dear
doesn't matter.
Remember,
for one page.
a life hangs in the balance. So flip this cover only if you dare, in parentheses. But hey, you're going to buy this thing? This ain't no library. Shut up! Who are you talking to?
Fuck you.
Who are you talking to?
Who are you talking to?
Really, I feel like maybe inappropriate cover. Like Aunt May's just having a seizure in this fucking cover.
Yeah, it looks so funny.
It's so bad. It's
the
so
first
bad.
one with Peter covered in his own webs too.
Yeah,
it's like it reminds me of like Silver Age Wonder Woman covers too.
Yeah, it's like, what are we even talking about here, man? It's really bad. This is One More Day happens across all Spider-Man titles, right? So it's Amazing Spider-Man 544, 545, Friendly Neighborhood 24, and Sensational 41. But beforehand there were like more tie-ins to Aunt May being shot. It was all like Back in Black tie-ins. We get an amazing issue. It's one of the best Spider-Man issues ever, legitimately. What? All the tie-ins
Just
to
love
they
it.
get
Like,
shot.
make sure next week you buy Spider-Man. Aunt May just got shot issue 1.
Yeah, exactly. Aunt May's dead.
Okay.
Question mark? No. But it says on the cover, hey, you gonna buy this thing? This ain't no library, dude. You get one of the best issues of Spider-Man ever. It's the one where Peter is in the black suit with MJ on top of the Empire State Building. It's Sensational Spider-Man Annual. It's Matt Fraction, Salvador Larroca. One of the best.
Dude, I thought that was
like older.
Okay.
No, that's a definite. That's a tie-in to this.
Yeah,
There's
Ryan
also
Utley redrew it too.
Yeah, that was that.
Right,
love that
that's what
moment. That's also an issue. I think it's maybe Friendly Neighborhood, where the one above all, God of the Marvel Universe, goes to Peter Parker and tells him the one above all in Marvel canon is God. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. He's Jack Kirby. He is Stan Lee. He is God. He's the writer writing the comic book, right?
He's got the magic pen. Yeah, the Fantastic Four. Mark Waid.
He's
Let's
got
go.
The pencil, actually, you mean.
The pencil, sorry,
Yeah.
my bad.
And the
a
one
good
above
issue.
all goes to it's a great issue. One above all goes to Peter and tells him, "Hey, I look at this beach. You see all these people? Do you recognize them?" Peter goes, "No, there's like a beach full of people, like crammed together, like 10,000 people there." And he's like, these are just a fraction of all the lives you've ever saved, right? And the reason you've done that is because you've used the pain and anguish you felt when your Uncle Ben died, and you've allowed that to never happen again. Death is a part of life. I am God, so listen to me. And then Peter goes and sells his soul to the devil. It's like it doesn't make
Peter's
it's like,
a villain, dude.
yeah, Peter is a villain. That's the thing. This ruins Peter's character forever because he explicitly goes against the entire conceit of Spider-Man.
So funny.
I feel
Yeah.
like
so
Peter
funny.
would join a
Oh my
cult in real life. Like he'd 100% be a part of
Is
a cult.
Peter like just a big himbo? Is he actually dumb as
He's
fuck?
stupid
We've
as hell.
just never-
But that's what I don't get is like there's this idea that Peter Parker is the reader analog, right? And that is true to an extent, right? He's supposed to be the most normal person in comic books. But I think people get confused when they say that because it kind of presupposes that Peter doesn't have a unique personality or idea or internal life. Like I think Peter Parker genuinely, bar none, minus this nonsense, the ideal version of Peter Parker that existed until this is the best fictional character ever. I really think that. And I think that
someone doesn't know about Jesus.
this
That's going to upset a couple people. That's gonna
well,
upset a
I'll bleep
couple-
that.
Someone doesn't know about Batman.
Batman's pretty cool. Spider-Man's better.
As real
Peter
as each
has
other.
Oh,
Peter has
I don't
incredible
agree.
inner life and an incredible like he's just an incredibly deep character. There's so many layers to Peter Parker that makes him like I would say the most realistic human in comic books maybe I've ever seen written. I really feel that way.
You can say the same thing about Lobo.
You have not, bros.
I could
not
say
read
that-
The Walking Dead.
I
You
could
gotta
say
read
the
you
same
gotta
thing
meet
about
Rick
Lobo.
Grimes, bro. You got to
Yeah.
meet Rick Grimes. if you
Has
want
Rick Grimes ever
realism.
gotten sick because he was in his costume while it was raining? I don't think he's ever gotten a cold from that.
He's definitely
His
done cool. He's
costume.
definitely been sad in the rain. He's very good at that.
But did he have a cold
Yo,
the next issue is my
Did
question.
Spider-Man
Rick
ever
would do
bite the
anything to
throat
save.
out of a dude's neck?
I'm sure there's a version. Marvel Zombies Spider-Man ate Aunt May.
Damn
and-
it, Scott, he got me. Fuck.
So Aunt May and
I'm just saying, man. Rick
Mary
Grimes
Jane.
made me cry, but Spider-Man's never made
Exactly.
this made
Yeah.
me fucking cry out of anger.
Yeah, okay.
Like this,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
made me just rip the book in half. God, I feel like we're jumping around, right? So,
me. We are.
what
We're
did
not
you
talking
guys?
about
What did you think of the Doctor Strange issue of this? The
I
second
thought
issue.
it was so stupid that Peter just did the spell.
Oh, I know
yeah,
Latin. I
yeah.
did chemistry.
Yeah, I
Shut
know
the
Latin,
fuck
yeah.
up.
I
That
paid
is
attention.
so
I can do it.
Stupid.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That's the dumbest part of this whole story.
It
like
tells
that-
you a million times not to do it. Yeah.
And then it's just like, yeah, I could just do it.
I sent to you guys in the chat, Hunter, like when I was reading it, you were like, get ready for the Strange issue. And I was like, they're gonna just butcher anyone that I like. But I gotta say, like with Tony, Strange is like he's fine. You know, he
JMS
serves the thing.
fine,
JMS
yeah.
loves
I
Doctor
do
Strange.
like that he's talking
Yeah, he's good.
to
He writes
Peter.
a good Strange. He
Like
wrote
when
that,
the door knocks, he's
origin
like, "Oh,
book.
let me get that," and it's like he's talking to someone from.
I
That's
like- yeah,
from
that was
that's
cool.
from an issue of Amazing Spider-Man. That's
Early
directly
issue,
from an
yeah.
earlier issue, which is a fucking phenomenal issue, by the way. It's
So it is
in the
cool that
30s,
that's
I
tied
think.
together.
yeah.
And then you could read
Um,
that issue and be like, "Oh, Doctor Strange in the background of Doctor Strange, Peter's doing magic,
Yeah, one
Yeah,
more
yeah,
day is
yeah.
happening.
I
like
know Latin.
real magic."
Yeah,
There's
yeah, yeah.
there's just this exchange that he has with Doctor Strange, which I think really sums up the fact that this doesn't make any sense, like the entire motive behind this book. Peter goes, if she dies years from now of old age in her bed, that's one thing. Strange goes, will it not just be as painful whenever it happens? Why is that different? Peter says, it's different because it won't be my fault. Again, he already feels that Uncle Ben was his fault. The reason he is Spider-Man is because he takes responsibility for the death of a loved one. You can't have this character not take responsibility, because that's the point of the character.
Yeah,
Marvel forgot about Uncle Ben.
Yeah, exactly. Like the entire story presupposes that this isn't Spider-Man. Like this works if a character is not already doesn't feel this way every day forever, and that's the point of his character anyway. It just, also, this is random, but Joe Quesada does this thing with the art that I don't really get, where every issue is like Peter's wearing the mask in different ways. Like in this issue, he's got the mask above his nose and he's talking to Strange like that. In the next issue, he's got it hanging off his head. Like he's got it. Yeah, like literally like a beanie pushed all the way back. And then the one after that, he's not got it on at all. I don't really get why they're doing that. It's, I guess, just have him emote better, but like still. I don't get it. But that for me, that sums up the entire thing that's wrong with this, is that it gets the character entirely wrong.
But the problem is that every other character is making sense and talking like I would expect
all of them,
those characters.
Every single one of them.
Even Tony, he's in that Civil War era. It's, it's dickhead. He's about to be director of S.H.I.E.L.D. Tony, I expect him to be, like you said, chip on his shoulder and be more arrogant, and then still at the end he comes good and he helps Peter out. It's crazy to read a book where every character is like in character except the main character. That's crazy.
Every character is reasonable except for the main character. It's like Peter is on a warpath, burning every single bridge he has for no reason. No reason.
He is,
and it's like this is a darker era of Marvel, right? Like everyone's on the runs. Tony Stark, is running the 50-state initiative, and Steve Rogers has just been killed. So we're already in like this really dark era. Like Peter, it says, I wanted to read this as well because it says, it has like the previously, right? It tells you like, all the lead up to this. Last paragraph says, in a seance via Madam Web, May had told Peter to let her go. But in Peter's mind, his life as Spider-Man and his decision to unmask led to her shooting. Could he live with himself if he had not tried any means necessary to save her life? And it also says that Peter recklessly, in desperation, struck an officer, stole an ambulance, and transferred May to another hospital. It's like, what are you doing, man? What the hell are you doing?
She even told him to let her go?
Yeah. Like, in a seance via Madam Web, May had told Peter to let her go. Let me go. Let me die. I want to see Ben. Nah,
fuck you. I hate my wife, actually.
Cooking dinner for me.
You never gave me the wheat cake recipe. So how am I supposed to continue?
This, which makes us sadder too, is Nick Spencer's run. Nick Spencer has confirmed at conventions that his plan for his Spider-Man run was to undo One More Day. Halfway through, and I have the panel, I'll show you guys in a second. A panel, he ended an issue with a specific page that editorial came in and said, wait, you can't do this anymore. And so he had to pivot to do Since Past instead. And that page was this one right here of Doctor Strange going to Mephisto saying, what's wrong with Peter Parker's soul? Nothing came from this because he had to suddenly change the story, because editorial was like, wait, you're trying to undo our favorite story? You can't do that.
Yeah. I remember, I remember when that came out. That was huge. It was like, holy fuck, they're doing it. Yeah.
Recently, too. This was only like 4 years ago, maybe a bit longer. But Doctor Strange talked to Mephisto, like, what's happened with Peter Parker, and nothing came from it.
Yeah. We know the conversation they had.
And where's the baby? What happened to the baby?
We're never going to learn about the baby.
What happened with the Golden Goblin? He wrote about the baby on the whiteboard.
The baby is a long gone concept by this point, but we do know the conversation that Strange and Mephisto had. It's that the reason that Mephisto did this One More Day is because
Mayday beats him.
Because Mayday beats him in the future. But I want to argue that like they always beat Mephisto anyway. So like the Avengers could have done it
Mephisto,
too.
Like, you get beaten up every time you appear.
Yeah, you're Mephisto. You're not like Doctor Doom. You're not even that
Moon
cool.
Knight beat you up.
Yeah, like everyone beats you up, man. But yeah, getting into the last issue, which is I think the part where this really just
What
That's
is
what
it?
just-
Is it the last issue or the second last issue where it's like Peter and he meets the
Old
Other
man?
Peters?
potential versions of
That's the third one. Yeah, that's where he meets like Chud Peter and Rich Peter and everything.
But that issue as an idea was like, that's interesting that you have all these different versions and then at the end it's revealed those are different potential timelines for Peter Parker.
Where he didn't
And
get
like
big.
and like wouldn't he look at those and then look at himself now and be like, no, I am exactly where I need to be. Like, even though something tragic has happened, the me that is me now, I'm Spider-Man, I'm married, the future, the future of he must know that he's important. He must know where he is right now.
I don't know.
He
man.
has to. He's fucking Spider-Man.
That's the thing. Peter is legitimately cosmically important in like the Marvel universe, but I guess I don't think he knows that. And it's because I think he wouldn't accredit himself to being so important. Like he wouldn't give himself the credit of that.
But he has to know where he is.
I mean, God came
right
to
now.
him. So yeah.
Literally, you just told us that. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, the whole Spider-Verse thing as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that was technically after this. So I guess he didn't know that. But yeah, like God went to Peter and said, dude, be Spider-Man, please, because I need you to be Spider-Man.
He looked at all of those timelines and then still came to the conclusion, yeah, no, I do want to be alone. I saw a version of me that was rich and didn't have MJ and he was miserable. Yeah. I want that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was saying though. Like it's not, they don't respect the fact that they have to write a story here. They don't. I think in Joe Quesada's mind, he wanted to just write on the Marvel.com, the marriage is over, and have the next issue just start where the marriage is over. Like he was like, oh, God damn it, I have to explain it. I mean, yeah, there's an interview with
4 issues is crazy too, isn't it?
JMS has gone on record about this quite a bit because he doesn't like this. Like he's upset that like his name is attached to this. And he said that the deal with Mephisto, he's like, how does this work? Because does it make it so if you make it so they never got married, does that mean we went back in time and made it so the marriage didn't happen? Right? Or is it that they're just not married right now after this point? But like also Peter wakes up in Aunt May's house at the end of this. Like what did we change? That's what JMS says. What changes in Peter's timeline? You have to explain that. And Joe Quesada says, it's magic.
No.
Nobody cares. That's what he says. He says we don't have to explain it. It's magic. And that's the attitude he had towards the audience is we don't owe them an explanation on anything. We're just going to do it. We're just going to do it and they will just have to accept it. Like they don't respect that you want to know what happened. Like they just need it to happen because that's what he wants. And it's just that's for me why this is worse than like any other comic book I could think of, because it kind of breaks your idea that these characters can exist past bad writing. It's like, no, actually, anything you've ever liked about any comic book character is at the whim of anybody in charge that could just change it in a second because they want to. And the editors today always make this argument of like, oh, I think that there's plenty of people that didn't like the marriage, but like you have nothing to back that up, and the only thing you have is everyone yelling at you every day that you broke them up 20 years ago. Like I just don't.
You've got your friend. Was it James?
Yes,
which friend
Cursed Cabbage. Yeah,
Cabbage, the goat dude. Yeah, went and was like, "Hey, what the fuck?"
Yes, at Comic-Con. Yeah, like literally confronted him in person. Yeah. And it's that's what I mean is like I can't understand, like as far as modern Spider-Man goes, they are okay selling the bare minimum issues they can sell of Amazing Spider-Man. And for some reason, they don't want to sell more. They're convinced that if they do what people want, they won't read the book. If Peter got married in Spider-Man 1000, which is in a few months, right? If Amazing Spider-Man 1000 comes out, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. 100% not going to happen. But if they did get Peter and MJ,
I mean, look, dude, at least
nothing's going to happen.
Paul died. They could get together, maybe.
They're doing a weird thing with Flash Thompson.
But Flash Thompson, maybe, yeah. And Peter's like, it's okay, MJ. You can fuck Flash.
Like, Peter could, and MJ could get back together. But my point is that they think that if they do that, less people will buy the book They think that people will drop it because of that. And that's how they frame it. But really, it's just because that's what they think. They have never
Ultimate
provided.
Spider-Man sold really well.
Ultimate Spider-Man existed on the premise of that's what you actually want. Like they sold that book going, this is what you actually want, and we know it. And we're gonna still sell you the other thing that this is what we want to give you because we hate you. But I guess we have to sell you something that you want every once in a while. We have to dangle the carrot, right? And it's just, oh God, it's just so infuriating. The reason it's so infuriating wouldn't be so bad if they didn't just come out and say like, oh, it's just because we like it that way. You know, they really pretend like it is the audience that wants it this way, that we prefer it this way. You know,
it's our fault.
Yeah, that's this change. Like One More Day, I think really changed just the attitude of Marvel towards their readers, because it has led to this modern point we're at where like Marvel, for some reason, like the editors at Marvel seriously hate the readers. And I'm not the type of person that is like conspiratorial about, oh, they hate but I think they do. I actually think that they think you're stupid for buying their comic books, and they just want to get your money because they know that you will. They are banking on their readers being so sad and so lonely, and their only friend being Spider-Man, that they have to buy these books, right? And it's just, I just don't understand that mindset. It is so disrespectful, especially because Marvel was the open one where you send in letters and they converse with you. And Stan Lee was the guy who you joined the Merry Marvel Marching Society. Like it was a whole thing where like we want to be personable with our fucking readers. And now it's like we hate our readers and we just want your goddamn money. Like that's it.
So what do you think about the last issue, guys?
One More Day,
yeah. So
where they get one more day. It's just,
how about that ending?
What did you think of the actual ending? Like Peter waking up and going to the party. What did you think of that?
So I was going to ask, do you guys know what people's reaction were back then when this first came out?
I don't, but I can't imagine that it was anything other than complete and utter disgust. Just complete.
What's the exact issue?
It's Amazing Spider-Man 545, I think, is the last one. Yeah, 545. Reception. Here we go. Widely panned by both fans and critics alike. IGN reviewer described Amazing Spider-Man 545 as undoubtedly the worst comic Marvel published in 2007 and a Deus Ex Machina of the highest order. Yeah. Yes. Right. This immediately goes into One More Day. One More Day. It immediately goes into Brand New Day. I mean, like the whole new era of Spider-Man. Brand New Day is the thing that they thought was better than this, right? Obviously, like Brand New Day is the status quo that we want for Spider-Man. Like after this happens, starting with 546, Amazing Spider-Man, they cancel all the other books, so there's no more Spectacular, no more Sensational, blah blah blah, and they publish Spider-Man 3 times a month. And the modus operandi, how do you say that word? MO. There we go. Modus operandi is new characters, new villains, new stories. So that's where you get like Mr. Negative is invented. He's the only one that anybody ever remembers, right? But Dan Slott gets on the book. Joe Kelly's on the book. Mark Waid is on the book. They do it 3 times a month for a couple of years. Dan Slott wins out the book. And Brand New Day starts from the point that this ends where Peter wakes up in Aunt May's house, which, by the way, is so weird. Not just because he's an adult and he's back living at his aunt's house, and that's framed as better for the character than it was when he was living in Avengers Tower. But also, like Peter,
he's just like you readers. He lives at home with his
exactly.
Aunt. Sucks.
Peter, like, didn't. This is what I mean. Where like Joe Quesada is totally just lying about his memory of Spider-Man. Peter didn't live with Aunt May after like maybe Amazing Spider-Man like 45. Like that early. He moves out of Aunt May's house with Harry Osborn. He didn't live with Aunt May for legitimately 99% of Spider-Man comics they ever made. So you're bringing him back to a point that really like did not exist. They wanted to clearly reboot the character. The whole point of this is that they wanted to reboot Spider-Man. This is a reboot for Spider-Man. I watched a podcast at some point where Joshua Williamson says that like if this had not happened, he doesn't think DiDio would have done the New 52 because this is just a full out reboot of Spider-Man. That's what this is. And if you don't reboot Spider-Man,
it is,
and it works. By that I mean the character, the universe doesn't literally break apart.
Joe Quesada responsible for Doomsday Clock.
Yes, he is.
And 3 Jokers.
And the birth of Jeff Johns.
At the birth of Jeff Johns.
So God, I just found an article on CBR. Shout out CBR. We love you, CBR.
We love CBR.
By Brian Cronin, this article is the Amazing Spider-Man number 545 reviewed, published December 28, 2007.
Oh, let's go.
So this is right when it came out. And he said,
December 2007.
Just screaming.
He says there's not much to say because we all knew this was coming. It's just kind of goofy. I don't think I like it, but he says, I don't think I like it. It's kind of annoying, but I didn't like One More Day, but let's hope Brand New Day is good. I'm excited for the future of Spider-Man, but I did not like this story at all.
Wow.
So people were hopeful,
there you go.
Maybe?
That's a peak at the time. Yeah, people were like, "Oh, that sucked," but let's see.
I think because people assumed that if this didn't work, that they would go back to the wedding.
Yep,
probably
that happened. That happened.
Or he says, I especially love it when Mary Jane is all, what about a secret identity? Will he fix that too? And Mephisto says, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
But hey,
yeah, okay.
But hey, Harry Osborn is now alive again, and Harry Osborn is single. Spider-Man has mechanical web shooters.
That's
1970s all over again. That's exciting, right?
That's what I wanted to get into. So this issue ends with Peter going to a party. Harry Osborn is alive, right? Harry Osborn died in Spectacular 200 in the 90s, right? Maybe not that long prior to this, like in comic years, like it probably like at the most 15 years before this. But it was still substantial. It still changed Spider-Man. And
I was gonna say, I think you mean, and then the character that he was in that fucking Spencer run, but I can't think of that villain's name.
Kindred.
What is the
Kindred?
I couldn't even fucking think of it.
It was kind of cool. I like Kindred.
He was all right. He was a fun idea until he wasn't anything. But it's like Joe Quesada, he wants it back to the 70s, right? And it's to the extent where this is another thing that JMS said. He wanted to bring back Gwen Stacy too. He said Harry Osborn will be back and Gwen Stacy will be back.
The second one.
Gwen Stacy too. Yeah, exactly. Wow. Or two Gwen.
Well, he must be loving it now since Gwen is on 616.
Yeah, that's what.
Dude, Gwen's back and better than ever, man.
That's where JMS said that's something you seriously cannot do. You can break the universe, you can break the marriage, but you can't bring this character who's been dead and whose death, like, completely changed.
It's important. It is a death that you can't undo.
It is arguably, like, Gwen Stacy's death is arguably the most important, like, side character death in the history of comic books, right? It changes them forever.
It's one outside like origin story deaths,
yes,
like Uncle Ben or the Waynes
so,
and stuff like that. Yes, I agree.
I think 100%.
What about Alfred?
I knew somebody was going to say
up there. I think Gwen's more important. I think her death is more important than Alfred's death. I think Alfred's the more important character.
100%.
What about Boulder the Brave getting shot with that arrow? What about that?
I didn't like that. That made me sadder than Gwen's death, but still, Gwen's
Jason Todd.
Wow.
Jason Todd is probably second, I'd say.
Yeah, so at least at least Gwen still hasn't come back, though, is my point, right? It's like Gwen
Electra.
Her death was cool.
She was back. So she was back by the end of that arc, dude. They show like her going up to the mountains, don't they?
Electra
in Frank Miller's run. Yeah. They like reveal that she's alive so quick.
I really want to read Electra Lives. Like, side tangent, but like I gotta find. I want them to reprint that. I want to find it.
I have not read that since 2016.
I want it though.
It
was at my comic book store for $100. I might get it.
Okay.
So anyway,
I thought Gwen was back.
The 616 Gwen, no. You mean like that Gwenpool book? I don't think so. I don't think that was.
No, I thought 616 Gwen came back 5 months ago or something.
I think that they. No, I'm pretty sure that was rage bait. I'm pretty sure that was not a real thing. That like actually. That's what I mean, though. They will rage bait you into reading comic books because they know that you. That was they literally. What did they say? They were like, oh my god. There was the cover was a shovel like Gwen Stacy's gravestone.
Yeah. These fucking guys.
Oh, and it's right. I remember it said nothing is sacred, I think is what it said.
Okay, that's funny. Obvious bait.
Yeah. But what I wanted to get into was like the whole end point of this, where they bring back Harry Osborn and Peter's kind of swinging single, because again, that kind of raises the question that JMS had, where it's like, okay, but what changed? Like you have to explain to the readers what that they read before still happened, because if we're gonna have it, if it's not just their marriage breaks up, and it is that we bring characters back from the dead, because Harry Osborn was dead. He was not like, they say he went to Europe in this story, and that's where he was the whole time, but he was dead. They wrote him to be dead, and they treated him as dead for years. Then you have to explain what is different, right? And especially if you were going to bring back Gwen. Did Gwen never die, or did Gwen, was she in Europe like everyone else was in Europe? Also, I think it's a joke in this story.
Was in Paris.
I think she was in Paris in a story, by the way.
Oh no!
But
that's what the song's about.
I'm pretty sure. Yes, it's about Gwen Stacy and Harry Osborn. No, but I'm pretty sure that the joke that him saying he's in Europe is a joke, because when they brought Norman Osborn back in the 90s, they said he was in Europe the whole time.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Dude,
the baby's gonna come back. The baby was in Europe.
Yeah, the baby was in Europe for all these years. But I think it's a joke. I'm pretty sure it's just a joke at the reader's expense, clearly. But at the next issue of Amazing Spider-Man, which is the beginning of Brand New Day 456, they have a splash where they explain the new status quo. It literally says Spider-Man, the new status quo, right? And it's this whole, you can't even see anything of that. It's this whole splash of all the characters and everything. And it says Peter's girls. Unlike the creative team, Peter had two great loves in his life. Peter and Mary Jane dated seriously for years, but for as yet undisclosed reasons, they eventually broke up. She soon moved to California to become an actress, but occasionally finds herself in New York. Gwen Stacy, Peter's college sweetheart, was killed several years ago by the Green Goblin during a battle with Spider-Man. Although not directly responsible for his tragedy, Peter still carries guilt. So at least they kept her dead. Harry Osborn recently returned from a years-long stay in Europe. He now owns his old hangout, the Coffee Bean. He still considers Peter his best friend and still hates Spidey with a vengeance. So not only, this is what it says, Harry does not remember that he was ever the Green Goblin, and his relationship with his father, Norman, is not a topic for conversation, at least not polite conversation. So not only did they bring Harry back, they rebooted him completely. Now he never remembered he was the Green Goblin, and he doesn't remember that Peter is Spider-Man.
Oh my god!
Yeah, this is literally just this is
a reboot
setup.
Yeah, it's literally a reboot. Yeah,
Aunt May still lives in the Queen's house, in that Queen's house that Peter grew up in. She does a volunteer work in a soup kitchen in the city. That's where they invented Feast. She has a good life and is quite capable of taking. It says it literally says she has a good life and is quite capable of taking care of herself. Thank you very much. May currently shares her house with, you guessed it, her nephew Pete, who moved back recently as he tries to get himself back on his feet. Peter's secret identity. Absolutely no one knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, not Daredevil, not the Avengers, not anyone. His identity is truly secret. Although some people seem to recall that Spidey unmasked himself during Civil War, no one quite remembers whose face was under the mask. Peter is an unregistered, unlicensed superhero, has no intentions of registering with the federal government.
It's kind of like sorry, I was gonna say the identity thing is kind of like Spiral in DC that they did with Grayson.
Where it's just like it washes kind of his face out. Yeah. And it says web shooters. Peter uses mechanical web shooters to shoot webbing, super sticky webbing composed of his homemade web fluid, not available in stores. So they brought back the web shooters mechanical webbing, because up to this point he had organic webbing, which is probably the only thing I really kind of care about out of this. I like the mechanical web shooters. And it says Pete's got one
I am
big...
looking forward to Tom Holland with organic.
Yeah, I was literally thinking about this yesterday. I'm like, I don't know why, but I'm so into Tom like mutating and getting organic webbing. Peter's got one big money problem.
He says, I hope Bruce Banner says you're mutating here. I hope so.
No, my.
Yeah.
Just to watch people leave as I'm walking with them.
Pete's got one big money problem. He doesn't have any. That's what it says. Any questions? We're here.
And
ask
everyone
us.
Cheered.
We're new here. Hey, it says any questions? Hey, don't ask us. We're new here ourselves. The past
Hunter
is the
just shoved
past.
so much food in his mouth. It
didn't
was
see his-
such a big mouthful. He tried to be stealthy, but it was like, oh,
I did not see that. God damn it.
oh my god.
This last bubble. It says, any questions? Don't ask us. We're new here ourselves. Anyway, the past is the past, so don't look back. Look forward. That's what it says.
What are you talking about?
I'm not even hungry, bro. Yeah, complete disrespect, complete destruction of the character. There is a sequel to this comic. There's a sequel to One More Day, and it's called One Moment in Time. And it's written by Joe Quesada and drawn by Paulo Rivera. So Joe Quesada got the artist to do the absolute heaviest of lifting possible because the art is awesome. But it explains the breakup. It explains why Peter and MJ broke up. And it explains the Mephisto deal at all. Right. And this is written by Joe Quesada, and this is the end of the Brand New Day era. After Omit, which is what people call it, one moment in time, that's when Dan Slott does big time, and that's where the book kind of gets good again. But essentially, Peter and MJ are sitting together, and they reminisce on the day that they were going to get married, right? And what happened is everything you read happened up to the point where they're going to get married. And then a mysterious red bird lands on a cop car. Yeah, the bird is all over the story. Lands on a cop car and unlocks it, freeing this criminal. That a series of events leads to Peter being knocked unconscious and missing the wedding. Right?
Oh.
And he goes home and he finds MJ, and she's like,
reschedule.
No, but MJ is like at home, and she's bawling her eyes out. She's like, I was agreeing to marry you with the Spider-Man aspect of it all. Like, obviously I was okay with that, but like this really fucked me up. Like, you not showing up for our wedding, like me being embarrassed up there, really seriously fucked me up. And that's like, fine, sure, you can feel that. But then she says, we cannot get married and we cannot have children. Like, we just can't do that. Like, that's not responsible of us to do. So every story you read where they were married, actually they were just super serious boyfriend, girlfriend, right? They were essentially married in name or in everything but name. And that's the retcon, right? But then you have to get to the Civil War, right? Because they don't want Mephisto to be a part of this. They want for it to happen legitimately. That was the thing that MJ whispered in his ear. MJ whispers, even though apparently they frame it like it was a bargain here. She tells him, like, I don't want for us to remember the deal that we made with you. I want for us to not know that we did this. Make it so that we remember it some other way. Right? Yeah, exactly. So what happens is they explain.
I feel like you should have said that to Peter, man.
I know. But what happens is they explain that Peter, all the Civil War stuff happens. Aunt May gets shot. Peter goes to, he doesn't go to Aunt May. Sorry, he goes to Tony Stark, Reed Richards, and Doctor Strange, and they put their big brains together and they come up with a mechanism in which to wipe the entire world of Peter Parker's memory. This is really the No Way Home kind of thing. They go to Doctor Strange to do it, and because
remember when you botched that spell,
or you wanted to forget the Peter Parker Spider-Man. Yeah, but it's like that's like Reed and Tony and Strange feel very guilty about what happened, and so they want to help Peter out because he is their friend after all, right? And so it ends up in this place where they are in the Sanctum Sanctorum, and there's the spell, and there's a big bubble, and inside the bubble you will remember the Peter Parker's identity, and outside nobody will. So Peter's the only one in the bubble, right? And MJ, like, she is knocked out under some circumstances. I don't remember why, but she's outside of the bubble, and Peter like is letting the spell happen, and then sees MJ there, and it's like, oh no, I can't let this happen. Runs out, grabs her, pulls her in. So it's just Peter and MJ that remember that Peter is Spider-Man. And then now MJ wakes up and she's like, what happened? Did the spell didn't work? Like, I remember. He's like, no, I couldn't live without you, Mary Jane. And she goes, oh my God, Peter, don't you realize all I wanted was to forget. Like, I didn't want to be a part of your life anymore. I was looking forward. I was looking forward to living a new life one more day without having to deal with fucking Spider-Man bullshit anymore.
What
She sucks.
Yes, she does suck.
Sucks.
And in that story, Omid, it ends. It's a framing device where they're talking in a like in their apartment in the modern day, and they're recalling the past. And MJ in the modern day of that story tells Peter, like, I love you and I'm always going to love you and we're always going to love each other, but we can't be together because Joe Quesada said so. So I want you to go out like a bird, spread your wings, Peter, go out and fuck anybody you want. I'll be okay with it forever. And it's like, what is this? What is this? Doesn't make any sense.
They left that area. She walked around the corner. Paul was waiting, and she was like, "Right, I've dealt with it. He won't bother us anymore."
It's like
Peter, just go find Felicia.
It also literally at that point. It really kind of hurts, like the identity wipe, to the extent in which they did it. Like, obviously, you had to put back the identity for the rest of the world, but to the extent which they did it, it's like Peter has to re-reveal his identity to the Avengers at some point. There's a very good issue. It's Dan Slott issues where Peter re-reveals his identity. I'm sure you've seen the panels to the Fantastic Four. He's like, when I unmask, like it'll all come rushing back. And he does it, and they see him. They give him a big. I love that moment. That's a very good moment.
That is.
I like in Avengers too when he does it around that little round table when they're a little hideout, the new Avengers, and like Jessica's just like, I had a crush on you, Peter.
Yeah, we went to high school together. Yeah. But it also leads to like the point today where like Daredevil still doesn't know that Peter Parker's Spider-Man anymore. Like
still
that breaks my mind. What? No, in Chip Zdarsky's run, he doesn't.
No, you're right. He doesn't.
Because Matt reveals his identity because he did the exact same thing that Peter did. And then Peter says something like, I respect that you did that, but I really can't do that. Even though he totally 100%. Could. I hate that. It decentralizes Peter as a superhero that's important in the context of the Marvel universe. Because like he was on the Avengers, he was friends with everybody. Like everyone knew that Peter Parker was Spider-Man, but it was a secret that they were all going to keep because they all have secrets. They're superheroes, right? I kind of really hate that. Like that specifically, like I really still hate that like Daredevil specifically does not know that Peter is Spider-Man because they had such a great friendship. Like
they still do, honestly. They still do.
Yes. The Chip Zdarsky is clearly writing their friendship as though neither of their identity wipes ever happened. Like as though they've
moment on the rooftops, and then they have a moment later on too where they hug. I
love it. And it's the moment where they find out each other's identities is amazing as well. It's like in The Death of Jean DeWolf. It's one of my favorites. It's like Daredevil just knows that Peter is Spider-Man because he can tell, he can hear his heartbeat, he can just he knows because he's got all his senses. And there's a part where Daredevil's being beat up by like a mob of people, and Peter is so mad at him for some, I don't remember why, but he's like, I'm just gonna let him get beat up. Like he'll be fine. He'll break a bone or something, but whatever. Fuck him. And then Daredevil's screaming at Spider-Man. He goes, Spider-Man, Peter. And then Peter comes in and saves him. He goes, it's such a good line. It's Peter David, the GOAT. He says, to the side, guys, I got to save my idiot friend. He swings and he saves Daredevil. And Daredevil says to Peter, he's like, listen, I know that was a dick move. I'm Matt Murdock. Let's just be friends. And they go and they hang out. And it's like I love that. Like, but this you completely lose all stuff like that. They can't do stuff like that anymore because his secret identity is so fucking precious now. I hate it. I hate this book sucks. This is the worst fucking book ever.
Okay, now what do you guys rate on this Spider-Man out of 10?
Rate it out of 10, dude. Like I like a.
I feel like we should do that for all.
I would say legitimately, like I say, in the last issue, there is some like emotional oomph there. Like you do feel something, even if it's bullshit. You do feel something for their relationship because, like, they love each other. Like, as a reader that Peter and MJ have gone through everything, will go through everything, and probably at some point will end up together again. Like, I don't believe that Peter and MJ will never get married again ever, as far as Spider-Man comics go for the rest of history, right? Like, I think it'll happen again. It has to happen again. But that is it. This is like a 2, I guess. But like in the larger context of what it did to Spider-Man and to Marvel and to just comic books in general, this is the worst one ever. So it ruined everything. Like you can't even like bread tastes different after you read this.
So what do you rate it?
I say like a 2.
He said 2.
I say 1.
Okay,
So
one more day.
Wow, I get what I said 3, so I'm the biggest
Harper
fan of
loves
One More Day.
this
I
book.
You
love
love
this
One More
book.
Day.
Yeah.
Last thing I wanted to read, I thought this was very interesting, is there's a bunch of reviews back here, like quotes from people about about the end of JMS's run. One of them being from Kevin Feige, producer, president of Marvel Studios.
Yes, I try to keep up with every comic, and
I read
Spidey's
almost
always,
every Marvel comic that is published. For me, it's homework, research, and of course, fun. I usually organize my pile, blah, blah, blah. It says, the last part that's cool, it says, my favorite JMS moment also happens to be my favorite Spidey moment, period. Aunt May discovers Peter's secret. It has become my mission to put that moment up on screen. Someday we will, I promise. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Speaking
Stan
of
Lee also wrote, he wrote, I may have difficulty spelling his name, but there's nothing difficult about praising the terrific job that Joe Krasinski has done in his truly unforgettable 8-year run of Spider-Man scripting. Nice.
All right, next.
Speaking of nice,
readers, you got to get the
in our Discord chat and on
sorry.
our Instagram page, we put up what do people think of this book?
What did Peter do?
And we're just gonna go through it.
Please.
Cool. First one. Well, the first 2. It's shite. Absolute garbage. Shit. Hate it. Those are 4 separate comments.
Yes.
It's the death of Western civilization.
Maybe. One of. Yeah.
I haven't read it, but I like that it somehow created one of the best Spider-Man movies. Sort of.
Sure. That's what I said. Yeah, that's what I said.
Not wrong. Brad has done his famous set of dot points. That's good. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Damn, May looks terrible. I'd pull the plug.
She's. I wonder in Omit, where they retcon the retcon, they say like, oh, she just got better. No, she didn't. No, she could not have.
Yeah, because Jarvis and Jarvis.
Yeah.
Jarvis, kill her.
Bad. Did you notice the issue where he goes to, or the moment where he goes to Dr. Doom and he asks for help?
Yes, he does. He goes and grovels to Doom. Yeah.
It's because Doom owes him a favor because of the JMS issue 50, where
he gets assassination attempt. Yeah,
which
I read purely.
He goes to Morbius too.
That's so good.
There's a little panel you can't really see. He goes to Morbius.
Yeah.
He goes to Doom.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
My auntie's dying. Please help.
I would do anything if I could, Spider-Man, but even I, Doom, cannot do anything about this. Even Doom is like, death happens. I once loved someone and I lost them too.
Yeah, literally. I'll peel her skin off. Hey, Peter, have you tried just peeling her skin off?
Yeah, how about next suit you wear, just make it made of Aunt May?
Peel her skin off. Like, you'll feel bad about it, but it's kind of okay. It's all right.
Yeah, and everyone will think it's cool when they read it, so.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. This is the dumbest deal in the world. Peter is an idiot. Should have told Mephisto to eat shit or call up the Winchester brothers. Hell yeah, supernatural.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Fuck yeah. I get that Peter is guilty, but to throw away your marriage for Aunt May, who looks like she's been one foot in the grave since the fucking 60s, is insane.
Yeah, I mean, from the early days of Spider-Man, where it's Lee and Ditko, even then he's like, God, Aunt May is going to die soon. Aunt May doesn't have a lot of time left.
Would you sacrifice your relationship with a hot babe?
Like for your mother?
I would let all of my entire family die to stay with my fiance. If Mephisto gave me the choice, they could all blow up right now.
I guess, yeah.
The thing that matters most in your life feels like it's your family, and then you meet your one true love, and you realize the only family that matters is the one that you create. That's
not
it.
To Peter.
There we go.
Not to Peter.
Yeah, not to Peter, man.
Let's keep that
my
old bitch around.
Matters.
Fuck MJ. Oh,
yeah.
God. Okay. Other comments.
Then we'll announce our next book.
I saw one that just said, "I'd rather get stabbed than read this again."
Do you want me to read a positive one that's fake?
Do it.
One More Day is a perfect encapsulation of everything that makes Spider-Man: romance, love, loss, and responsibility.
Yeah.
Peter must make the ultimate sacrifice to save his aunt, in a way redeeming himself for letting Uncle Ben die due to his irresponsibility. It's a story that holds emotional weight to this day, and I thank Quesada every day for birthing it into existence. Spider-Man would have probably been canned after, if not for One More Day. And then after they've said, don't read this. Well, guess what?
I read it.
You know,
we should have read that comment first.
It's interesting because, like, in all the interviews at the back of this book, Quesada really kind of pats himself on the back for having the courage to do it.
Unsurprising, dude.
Yeah, but he's like, it took a lot of courage to do this, and it's like, no, you're just stupid. It's not courageous to do something. It takes
more courage to kill Aunt May off and make that decision.
Yes, yeah.
Good lord.
Which is the second time they've done this was the second time in Marvel that they killed Aunt May, but then didn't and ruined Spider-Man because of it. I don't know what their fucking deal with Aunt May is, but they can't live without her. They cannot let go of that character.
Tom says,
yeah.
Honestly, there could have been a world where this was a meh Spidey story at a low point in the run. Like the bit with MJ promising that she and Peter will find each other again and not even the devil can keep them apart could almost be uplifting if it were true. But it's been almost 20 years since that, and that was the last word. So RIP that love, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. And also remember 20 years of Spider-Man comics where Nick Spencer is the only person that wasn't around at this point that wrote Amazing Spider-Man. Like, it's all the same people.
Xander says, I really don't think as a story itself, it is the worst thing in the world till the last issue. I disagree. I like the idea of Peter and MJ being faced with this choice, but neither of them would ever give in to it. The book itself even addresses that before doing a complete 180 so that all the editors could get what they wanted and rip MJ and Peter apart. I don't think this would be remembered as the worst Spider-Man story if it weren't for the book. If it weren't the book that established the status quo of this character giving into the worst that has been upheld ever since. Yeah. That's it. It fucked it.
It fucked it completely.
It fucked it completely. All right. We'll oh wow. The next one I'm gonna read is a listener who hadn't read the book when Tyler was like, give us your thoughts, and is like, I'll try and read it in an hour and give my thoughts. So this is like as fresh as it comes.
Wow, this has done. He was reading as we were recording, probably.
Yeah, literally. This has done nothing but reaffirm my hate for Marvel editorial and the modern era of Spider-Man as a whole. It makes me want to wait in a long line at a con for everyone responsible and tell them, you have done nothing but ruin this character for kids growing up in the modern era with him, like how I did, in a vain attempt to bring the character back to a point where he was at when you were kids. But you aren't kids anymore. You're sad old men who everyone wants gone from any creative role in any franchise. Based as
I mean, Marvel just... I think it's unbelievable that Disney just let go of a lot of Marvel people, like at Marvel Entertainment, and none of them were any of these fucking people that are clearly like. It's just this is what I don't get about these people. It's like all that matters is numbers, right? Like all that matters is that these books sell, but like they aren't. DC is selling unbelievable numbers with the Absolute Universe. And I don't know how Disney isn't looking at Marvel and going, why are you guys not riding that wave? Why are we not doing better because of that? Like, it's all the guys in charge's fault, but they're not getting fucking reprimanded for it. It's like when you do bad at your job, usually you get in trouble.
But Batman and Superman are selling great. I know that's Batman and Superman.
Not when you're that
they're selling great, you know?
Yeah, it's not just the Absolute Universe. Like DC is like fucking on fire right now. I don't know how it's possible that this is happening and this is the first comic boom in literal decades, and Marvel's not fucking riding the wave with something huge because they already fucked up Ultimate Spider-Man. That was their only fucking chance.
The entire Ultimate Universe they did.
Yeah, they fucked up the one thing that they had. I don't know how nobody's getting in trouble for that. I genuinely don't understand that. That guy pretended to be Asian.
Yeah,
He did. That was pretty bad too.
Yeah.
I was real quick, the other day or maybe like a week ago, I was like looking into Elektra books. I'm like, is there an Elektra book I haven't read? I've read a lot of Elektra, and there's one it's like her origin story. I'm like, okay, I read this, and I click it, and I'm like, okay, written by Akira Yoshida. Oh, I'm like, God damn it, I can't
No.
read this.
No, fuck that. Sorry, this one just took me out because okay. This entire thing does nothing but provide every single reasonable answer as to why a grown and rational person should be able to move past this and come to terms with it, and then goes, but what if Satan could give you a magic divorce abortion instead? Wouldn't that be sweet? A magic
what it is.
divorce abortion?
Yeah, literally.
That is kind of what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I again, it's like a divorce maybe ages the character. It's like, oh, that's my ex-wife. I guess that ages the character.
It
But I
does,
don't
it
think it
does, it
ruins
does.
the character in the way that selling it to the devil does. You know?
Yeah.
A divorce abortion.
And you
my
can't
God.
fix the character. Like, there's no way to have, like, even when they write good Spider-Man stories now, there's still a huge portion of that character that is forever tainted. And you can't do anything about that until you do something about this
Work on
story.
it, essentially.
Yeah. Even if you're not going to
Sartorial
put
system
Peter and
know
MJ
about.
back together, he gave up. Peter lost and sold his relationship to the devil and did not accept responsibility. I think even now it's like when they did Superior Spider-Man, they made a big point of like, oh, Peter lost like the old version of Peter that you knew, the Peter Parker you grew up with, like that soul died, and the version of Peter we have now is not that Peter Parker. Like legitimately, they're saying like, well, you don't have the Peter Parker you like anymore. He's not the same. Get over it.
Yeah.
Accept it. You got issues? Don't ask us. We don't even know. That's what he said. Fucking bullshit, man.
Right,
This is the
okay,
thing where I'm just
okay.
like, why does nobody just beat them up? Like, when they were like, I'm afraid that if I go to a convention, someone's gonna kill me. I'm not surprised by that, dude. You should not be writing comics that make people want to fucking kill you. How about you don't do that?
Yeah. Literally the
Write good
opposite.
books.
You want people to go like, "Oh, I really liked your run on."
Yeah,
insert
but you're
thing," or, like, "I
actively
like your work
asking
on-"
for people to kill you. You know it. And they're
Mhm.
crazy, man. They're crazy people do that shit.
I was
I'm
at a
going
convention
to-
last week, and there was a huge crowd
I
around
killed
Greg
and I tried to
Capullo.
kill Nick Lowe.
Greg Capullo, and people were like happy to see him and like bringing
Yeah.
Batman books and Wolverine books and everything. And Charles Soule was there, and people were getting their Daredevil books signed. And, like a huge amount of Star Wars people around them because they like these people because they
Yeah.
made good comic books.
Yeah.
I'm going to read
Anyways,
the
are we
last
done?
few. I'm going to read the
Okay.
last few things. This is on Instagram. Awful. Casada should have drawn himself throwing middle fingers up in the background. Yeah,
Might
that's
as
good.
well have. Yeah. I
It's
mean, at that point.
Jasper. Kev Dork, a story that begins with Peter not being able to let Aunt May go. Okay, cool premise. Okay, that's a positive. I like the
Oh.
premise.
Or like Kev
Okay.
Dork.
That's what I
sorry.
call him in the Discord.
Sorry.
Take that.
Sorry.
That
I took it a
joke's
bit
been
far
done
there.
before. BL Kimball says no. I said,
Yeah.
what are the thoughts? And he just no.
Nah. Yeah, no, I agree.
Andrew says, genuinely one of the most captivating and alluring Spider-Man stories.
He might have. Yeah, that sounds like Chad GPT to me.
Alluring. Yeah. First Flash
the
fan says,
intended, the intended
biggest piece of dog
response. Yeah. Yeah. Terrible.
shit. Logan says, MJ folded too fast and Peter's a little dummy. Made me rewatch No Way Home so I could watch mate die.
Yeah, or play the video game again.
Yeah, play the
When they
game,
killed
yeah.
her in the 90s, that was the best one because well, obviously May knows that Peter's Spider-Man by this point. It's one of the best issues ever, is where Kevin Feige said it's his favorite Spider-Man moment where they do the conversation. But in the 90s when they killed her, she says to him, she says, what does it feel like to swing across the buildings? And that reveals that she always knew he was Spider-Man, which I love. That's also in the
That
video
is
game.
cool. Avery McKinnon, this story makes Mayday seem like an important character, but rarely ever mentions her after.
Yes.
Yeah, the whole daughter thing.
The daughter
is
thing
very-
is weird because I don't think it is Mayday. It's just some random like amorphous ideal of a child they might have had. But canonically, like Mayday is the baby. The baby that we lost
In
was
Europe?
supposed to
Yeah.
be, the one that's growing up in Europe right now was supposed to be May Parker. So
Mhm.
yeah,
I fucked up.
What'd you do?
So Instagram now apparently for responses to questions, it for some reason if it's too long it responds in DMs and it just cuts off. So Andrew's response was genuinely one of the most captivating and
Okay.
alluring Spider-Man stories, and that's where it cut off on the story.
But it
Oh,
actually
I need
was
to
one.
continue.
Before you, wait, Harper.
Yep.
Let's just leave it.
All right. All right.
Yeah, we all know what you think, man.
That's what
we
he
know what you
thinks.
think. We know
That's what he thinks. That's what he thinks.
Hey, let's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that
Oh
it?
my god.
Might be it.
I'm gonna
Is there any
say
more?
Anderson has sent a giant message.
Okay.
Um,
Wow.
I believe what he
I
said.
agree with
is
all of
bad.
it. Yeah,
I agree with all
everything
of
you
it.
said.
Or I'm
or-
sorry that happened.
Or I didn't read it. I'm sorry. Okay.
He says the art is peak and it's
not
bad.
bad.
He said it ruined Spider-Man. That's good. Oh my god, dude, it happened again. That one, the story where Peter can't let go of Aunt May. Okay, interesting premise. And then they've sent all of this, all of that.
Okay.
But
I don't.
by
So
the end
there's
of the book, he can't let Aunt May go. Yeah, that's
there's
it.
probably no positive review of this at all. I still can't believe it. I mean, I just don't. I there will be a day where there are editors at Marvel that don't like this story and are in charge. And I think all we're doing right now is just fucking taking a knee and waiting until then. It feels like that's all Spider-Man is doing, is just waiting until someone addresses that this sucks, because they haven't done that yet. And that's why we felt so hopeful with Nick Spencer. He seems like the only guy that really didn't fucking care for that. He didn't like the story, but yeah.
The only one that started doing anything about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the wedding ring, man? He was going to propose to her again. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
then
he bought the
Paul,
ring.
and then Paul, and then he got Pauled. Fucking goddamn.
He got Pauled.
You guys know how the Paul
Right.
thing, like, real quick, it's another example of they don't care. Like, the issue previously ends with Peter and MJ moving in. Last page is them moving in, and then like, oh, we're gonna live together. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have a whole good time. And then there's a big bright light. And then the next issue is, what did Peter do? MJ's with Paul. They don't care about what you think. They don't care that they just
my
literally
God.
set up that they were moving in together. They don't want you to have that. Yeah.
The Zeb Wells like cuck fantasy thing is genuinely insane.
It's unbelievable. It's
It's actually
unbelievable.
insane.
I don't.
It's actually crazy.
It's somehow a lower point
Than
than
this book.
Yeah,
I think so.
somehow.
I think so. Yeah, it's genuinely like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Because this
what
is
are
a
you
bad-
talking about.
This is like a bad story, but you can see they're like, we want to do something crazy and bold and strip Spider-Man back. But the other one is just like Peter being like, hey, MJ,
Yeah,
hey,
it's like
Paul, Paul, you're actually, it's like, oh
Paul,
my God.
like Paul is like the final boss of this mentality, because they created a character that could channel all of their readers' fury at.
Yeah.
They created a character that represents how much Marvel hates you. And it's like, it's just unbelievable.
At least they stabbed him though. He's dead for now.
I know, but he's gonna come back. There's gonna be a writer. There's
will.
gonna be a Joe Quesada in 50 years. It's like, I remember the days when Paul was a major character. in Spider-Man.
someone's growing up right now, and they're like,
Yeah.
put Paul. Yeah, oh my God.
Someone's growing up right now.
Hunter.
June.
Oh, okay.
Your book
Dude,
is Dune? I'm kidding.
Whoa, that's cool. Dude, I was so sure. Hunter kept going, okay, well, that's it. And Tyler, we spoke about this, was it last week? We're like, what the fuck is up with Hunter?
Yeah, I heard.
We get 50 minutes into an episode, he's like, all right, time to wrap it up. It's like, why are you here?
No,
you have one job, shut up.
I honestly, Spider-Man sucks. Let's just move on.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, next month.
I
All
want to know what you guys picked, and I want to announce what I picked. So I'm just excited for that.
I need to.
Should I go first? Because
so
my book won.
The first episode of June, which will be
The date you're
likely released on June 5th, it looks like.
Yeah,
We will
June
be
5th.
reviewing a book that you guys will vote on based off of these three. Tyler picked Spider-Man One More Day. Last month we did Three Jokers, which was Harper's book. The month before that we did Doomsday Clock, which was my book. So we all have done a book so far.
Yes.
Wow, so this is like the tiebreaker, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah. Should I go first because my book won?
Yeah. So Tyler, what is your June pick?
My June pick. I'm keeping it quick. I'm still mad about this. House of X,
Hawks
Powers of 10. We're doing. I'm picking Hawks and Pox again.
I fucking knew it.
I wanted to win. I still want to read it, and
X-Men House of
I think
X
you
and
guys
Powers
too.
of X.
I think you guys
I have
listening
read
want to
it,
read
and
this
I
as
liked
well.
it.
Hawks and Pox. I'm picking Hawks and Pox. I'm sticking with it. You're welcome, Otto. I promise
Oh,
this
yeah.
year.
Yeah, he's been begging for it. Hunter.
Sure. Last month I tried Dark Side War. It was so close. It actually tied with Spider-Man, and we did a
Initially, yeah.
tiebreaker, and it lost. So I'm like, you know what? I understand. Dark Side War. There's a lot of build up to it. So, Justice League Origins, New
Oh my
52,
god!
the
Can
first
you
Wow.
pick a book that's not written by Jeff Johns,
by
dude?
Jeff Johns, the first meeting of the Justice League in New 52
All right,
came out in 2011.
this is gonna be that would be the
Jim Lee
shortest
art.
book club ever, man.
Jim Lee art, pretty good.
Very good
Lot of-
art. Very stupid book. Very good art.
Exactly. This is my pick.
Sure. All right.
Justice League Origins.
So earlier, right, I had 3 books that I was like, okay, I've got 3.
Yeah, 1 Joker,
I
3
had
Joker, and 2 Joker.
I had 3 books in my head that I was like, okay, it could be any one of these. And then I was like, oh, you know what I'll do? We've done it before. I'll spin the wheel on the episode, and whatever it lands on, that's my pick.
Oh no.
And
Might
then
not
we
even
spoke
win,
about
dude.
Spider-Man. We spoke about Spider-Man for an hour and a half, and I forgot 2 of the books. And so now it just by default, it has to be the only one that I've remembered. And unfortunately, that book is Heroes in Crisis. It's the only one.
That's gonna win.
I hope it does.
It will.
Tyler thought he was going to ruin it with one more day, but what if we just keep ruining it? What if we keep ruining it?
Guys, Justice League Origins isn't that bad.
Oh no.
Pretty bad.
I'll have to buy the
It's not
fucking
that bad,
Heroes
I
in
don't
Crisis
think.
trade.
By the Heroes in Crisis trade.
At least I have the Justice League one.
I'll make you a deal. If I remember the other 2 before we finish talking about Daredevil Born Again, then I'll spin the wheel and maybe
Yeah,
we'll
I'll-
avoid
I'll
that.
make
fate.
a deal with the effing devil again. Yeah.
We'll make a deal with the devil. How's that sound?
Why? Why?
I don't know.
Do you really want to read that again?
No, I really don't. But you made me read this.
I didn't want to read One More Day, to be fair, but yeah.
You did this to us. So what if it was
Look
one
how
more day,
fun
but
it
it was
is.
like triple the length?
Green Lantern looks at Batman. The first thing he says is, "You're real."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm real when it's useful.
They're cool.
The Jim Lee art in that is fucking. It's hot as fuck. Is it Jim
Yeah,
Lee or is it Buller? No, it's Jim Lee.
Yeah, it's Jim Lee. I would be. But listen, guys. I will beg you. Do not pick Heroes in Crisis. It's not funny.
No, dude. No, it is
It's-
funny. It is
it's
funny.
not
It'll
funny
be a better
and-
conversation. It'll be a better conversation.
A conversation that we
And
had
it's
for
a-
almost 10 years.
Listen, oi, cunt. Listen, you cunt. Right? When we talk about a good book, it's just, we're like, oh, this is a pretty good book, but like, let's be angry. Like, let's
No.
let's be
We just
let's be
were, and
comic
it
book
sucked.
grifters. Let's get angry and be like, oh, you shouldn't like this.
No.
It's bad.
Let's talk
do
about
that.
Krakoa. Let's talk about some good
Fuck
X-Men stuff.
Krakoa.
Let's
Fuck
talk about it,
Krakoa,
please.
you dog. No one cares. No one fucking
Everyone
cares.
loves it. We
Loser.
all miss Krakoa.
No,
I miss you,
loves it.
Krakoa. Anyway.
I miss you, New 52.
Well, if you wouldn't get the New 52 Justice League without one more day, so
Was it a
We're going
Flash
in a-
story? Was it a Flash story?
I like the Flash. You can pick a Flash
I
story
would've
unless it's a
loved to
dog
read
shit
a
one
Flash
like Heroes in
story, man.
Crisis.
Hunter, you can read a Flash story. You don't need me to pick it for book club to read the Flash.
But I would like to
just
talk
read
about it with you.
What's voted?
You
God
can also
damn.
talk to me about it. Oh man, I really don't remember. That's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, man, it really fucking is.
What about Iron Man Extremis by Warren Ellis?
I mean, Extremis, I like more than Heroes in fucking Crisis.
I mean, it's
Guys,
Tom
this
King.
book
It's
is
your
good.
boy.
It's
I might
my
just
boy.
read this book anyways.
It's your boy. You love Tom King.
I like most of his books. You're not picking one that I do.
Okay. All right. How about this? Let's spin the wheel. I've got it.
All right, here we go.
All
Oh,
right,
like it's
all
gonna
right, you
pick,
ready?
imagine it spins on Heroes in Crisis, Heroes in Crisis, and Heroes in Crisis. I guess Heroes in Crisis the people want. God wants it.
All right. How about let's have 2 options, okay? I'm going to give you 2 options.
50-50.
How do I don't blur my back. Oh, no,
Guys,
my
the
background
origin of
blurred.
Victory Stone.
Shut up,
on.
man. Heroes in Crisis.
or Sins Past. Let's go. You ready?
This is the worst roulette wheel in the world.
Spinning the wheel. We're spinning the wheel. Oh no. No.
I stopped this video. I don't care. I don't want to see it. I stopped this video.
It's Heroes in
Turn me
Crisis.
What did you get? What the fuck did you get? What did it go on? Oh my fucking god!
So-
it landed on
so-
Sins Past,
We're reading Sins Past.
dude. They just released an epic collection of Sins Past. You're gonna make me buy an
Let's
epic
go!
collection of Sins
You're gonna have to
Past.
buy the Sins Past
Epic collection. It's gonna be this big ass book on my shelf that says Sins fucking Past.
It has to be said, I have really enjoyed reading and talking about a bad Spider-Man comic with you guys. So let's keep keep it
All right, I'm
going.
gonna change my
Heroes
answer.
Crisis next time.
I'll change your mind to Trouble. We're gonna read Trouble.
Oh, let's go. Okay.
Fuck
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Like the
Hawks and
Hasbro game?
Pogs, please. No.
Justice League Origin, guys. We gotta learn how the Justice League originated.
Nah, we've got to read the worst
Again.
Spider-Man story again. Anyway, Daredevil was pretty good this week. I really enjoyed
It
that.
was. I liked it.
Put on,
I had
our Instagram story if this episode's less than 24 hours old. Yeah, it was good.
You're a bad person, dude.
I was shocked at the ending. I gasped and I said, "Oh my god!"
That blew my mind. No pun intended.
Let's actually get into it. I've got comics to talk about too.
Oh, I haven't read
What? I didn't
anything
have
in
any
weeks,
this week.
man. I still have to get. I still have to get Spider-Man, Superman.
I dropped $6 on Doom 2099 Rage of Doom issue 1.
Really? Oh, Doom v Ultron, really?
Doom v Ultron. Yeah, let's
Nice.
go.
Well,
Talk about that on
Daredevil, real quick. First, Daredevil,
All right.
real quick. When Kingpin went,
Yeah. Scary, dude.
I kind of
Scary.
laughed. I laughed. a little bit.
I liked this episode. Listen, you're gonna call I'm so cynical, yada yada. I
we go.
had pacing issues with it. I felt like a lot of the characters just kind of jumped in and
That's
jumped out.
So
I-
funny that you
I
say
didn't.
that.
I don't know. I like this show can give me really good episodes, and then I feel like this one was just like good. Like I felt like I was like, all right, but I have a lot of issues with some of this. Just
There's
they
no fight
just
scenes.
they just yeah. You know what? I just have some problems with. There's no fight scenes, man. He's not Daredevil enough. I just feel like they rush to a lot of the conclusions, like the point where
They
like,
definitely do. Yeah.
and I'm just not fucking into that. I like the point where Matt walks into the
Loved it.
Yeah, I loved it in
love that
theory,
too.
but
I
like
did a
there's-
backflip.
But like,
Mm.
there's so much more in that moment. Clearly, like begging to be done. I mean, nobody's got any questions. Like, you don't
Well,
build it
there
up
has
at
to be
all.
there has to be questions, but I think
didn't really
that
follow
is
up
going
with
to
it.
be the finale. I think that's why he's going to go to prison. He's been shot. I think him getting shot in the leg is going to. I think that's the thing that comes back.
Yeah,
and
how'd you
people
get that?
put things-
Biker cut me
Yeah,
off.
exactly. We have a lot, and dude, it is the model of this show. It's weekly. It's not released all at once. There are so many times where we come on this podcast and we have to talk about an episode, and then the next week or 2 weeks later, it's like, oh yeah, that thing that I was curious about or wondering or
know.
worried about, they answer. And I when he walked in the courtroom, I went, dude, people are gonna have questions. And then when the cops were like lingering, I was like, fuck, they're gonna have questions. I assume by the end of next week's episode, we're gonna be like, oh, Hunter's just dead. What the hell?
That was okay.
I assume
Sorry,
by the
go
end
on.
of
I don't
next
know what
week,
happened.
we're gonna be like, oh, okay, so that's what is happening. Are you doing it?
Is he gone?
Can you hear me? No. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Why does he? Why?
You can. You can.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Oh my god.
I can't hear you.
Jesus.
That's cool. Hold on.
You can't.
Oh my god,
fuck,
bro!
man.
For fuck's sake. But sincerely, I think by the end of next
Oh,
week,
I hear
we'll
you. Now.
have.
I hear you.
Okay, excellent. We will, you know what I mean? Like, we'll probably look back and be like, oh, that's probably null and void. To like
No.
null to worry about that. I don't know. Like, I kind of felt that way about Matthew Lillard this week. Like him, you know, when Jess is like
Sick of this fucking
interrogating him
I'm
in his
so
underwear in his
fucking
bed.
sick of him.
But like, it was the last few episodes I've been like, oh, he's serving the point that he has to in the story. He really doesn't need more screen time. He's had the amount in the last few episodes that he needs to have. But when we started the season, it was like, wow, Matthew Lillard's there for 5 minutes and he's not here for the next 2 episodes. But like, you know what I mean? By
I
the end of the
still
season,
don't think he's done anything at all, though.
But no, but he doesn't need to do anything.
it's
He's
still-
why
he's-
is he there? You
To-
telling
to
me there's a
the
character in a TV show that doesn't have to have a point?
Yeah, that happens all the time. What do you mean?
Yeah, but like, what the fuck do I fucking care that
happens
he's there
all the time.
Yeah,
That
but
happens
not in
TV.
good
That's like a-
shows.
that's like-
Not
that's
in
like a-
good shows.
It's most TV shows, dude.
You know what? It's not The Pit. The Pit doesn't do that. The Pit's really good.
The Pit does it. The Pit does it every episode.
That is the entire conceit behind.
I'm trying to think of a good show with a character that doesn't need to be there, and I can't.
You know who's a character that doesn't need to be there in the season? Jessica goddamn Jones. She's not doing anything. She's not done. I know. Oh, there's another episode left. She's not done anything, dude. She's barely left, a part of this show.
There's one left. Yeah,
there's one left.
But
I wish we had 13 episodes again.
If she wasn't in the trailers, would you be feeling that at all? I don't think we would.
I think I
really
would.
don't think so.
No, Harper, you're right. I agree with you, Harper. I think the trailers overhyped her.
Yeah,
and also showed every scene that she's in.
Either way, man.
I don't know. I feel like we'll get to the end of the season and be like, oh, it was cool to have Jess there for that stuff. We know she's going to be in season 3.
Didn't expect her to have the jewel
what
suit
do people?
again.
I don't really
flying around.
Yeah. I don't like her powers on the Fritz. There we go. That's something I don't like.
Yeah, sure.
The powers on the Fritz thing is so random.
I don't like how we've gone this whole I think they've done this vigilante resistance. I think they've entirely botched this thing because I understand
the actual resistance force does not feel like it's a thing that's rising up.
No, because I remembered this when we talked about the last season where you said you felt like it'd be an issue if no characters appeared in this season 2 to come and help. And I'm like, yeah, you mentioned Luke Cage, but like, where is anybody?
Oh no. And I know they can't do it because of rights stuff, but like, dude, are they
Spider-Man? Yeah, you're talking about Spider-Man.
And it's like it is an issue. Like, I mean, there are
he's useless. He's a useless piece of shit, man. Spider-Man.
Matthew Lillard's character, like Mr. Charles and Jess and stuff. I haven't had an issue with how they're used. I think Bullseye's being used well too, even though he's
Bullseye's so good, dude.
He's all right.
But like again,
he's good.
He is nice, yeah. But also like he hasn't done a lot, and I still feel like he's been used well. But like Tony Dalton's Swordsman is one that I'm like, he just left the show, and I would have liked more characters like that. They don't have to be fucking Spider-Man, but I agree. Yeah. I would like the resistance, the rebellion aspect. I agree. That has been not really done at all. And I think if it was leading into a season 3 where it's really building, and we get maybe a parallel to the end of season 1 where instead of Daredevil standing in front of in Josie's with like 4 people, it's like an actual rebellion, and you're like, fuck, dude, this is Devil's Reign. He's really
another
leading
season of Kingpin though, dude. Like
there would, and I mean, there's gonna be another season of Kingpin anyway because he's homeless. We saw that, but
he's Nick Fury from Secret Invasion.
Nick Fury, yeah.
I feel like I said this last week where I was like, this entire show has been built like marketing wise off of. You're gonna have to wait till next time though, because like first season was wait for season 2. Season 2 is like wait for episode 4, and now it's wait for season 3. I'm like, can you give me something now? Like you gave me some good stuff last week. What 4, 5, and 6? I very much enjoyed. I thought those were great episodes. I think 6 maybe a little weaker, but 4 and 5 were very good. I don't know what I'm like. I genuinely feel the show running out of steam right now. Like we're running out of time for this season, and I hate that feeling.
Yeah,
if only we had one more day.
I think by
Justice League Origin.
Isn't it funny?
I think they're. Oh my gosh!
Oh man, he's a hero in crisis.
Sins past. Yeah, I think like the conclusion will be satisfying enough. I think the downfall of Fisk and like Matt standing in front of all the rebellion people next week, I think that will be genuinely hype. But the rebellion aspect of it is something I agree. There's not enough, which is like crazy because this is a show that I think this season in particular has developed characters in a way that I actually. If you had have told me a season ago, I would have gone bullshit. I would give a single fuck. But I care. I hate to say it, dude. I cared way more about the Daniel Buck subplot than I do like.
Yeah, that was actually good.
Anything?
No, I think
that's because the actual characters integrated into the show.
Totally, yeah.
It was really good, yeah.
And it was shocking. It was actually sad. I didn't expect it.
I thought maybe he'd go next to his head, and I thought that at first too. Like it was next to him, but then you see the pool of blood.
Yeah. Do you believe the story they spun like that? Oh, initially he was going to let him live. I don't know, man.
I think
feel
because
like
it
the way
looked
Buck walks out looking like I had
that could
to
have been a
kill it. Like,
reshoot, maybe.
that's true. That is true. I suppose.
I don't know. The moment was so like jarring that I think if I watched it again, I would see like because the way his head snaps back as well, like it did look kind of artificial.
Well, I think if you're gonna like do that, I think you've got to have the big snap back because it is sudden. It's a beat.
No,
but
I know.
I do.
But if they didn't
like,
kill him at that point, I'm saying like it wouldn't have looked so fake.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't.
I saw. I'm saying I believe the CGI like that they went back and they decided this after the fact.
I don't know. I really strongly feel that they had it both ways and then they decided which way they were going to go later. I do not believe the idea that they're like, oh no, we were always planning to actually have Daniel go off and have this other story in season 3. No, I don't believe that. I think it was either going to be Daniel lives and we don't see him, or Daniel dies and we don't see him because
would you have preferred if this episode ended and they put up a phone number? They're like, if you want Daniel to live, call this one. If you want Daniel to
I would love that. I would love that. Yes, I would.
We're gonna get
I'm so
walking out holding him.
Oh my god! I think it's a decision that it definitely gave me like a shot of adrenaline for the show. I'm like, oh shit, man! Like that's a bold decision. They had the balls to do it to kill him off, and it felt earned and good in the way where like it's a tragic ending that felt correct. You know,
it's the right way to end that arc.
But it didn't feel right. Like it's obviously very sad and tragic, but it was, I think, the correct thing to do.
But it also gave the stakes of like, like shit, the shows that we really, really love that have high stakes, like a fucking, all I'm thinking is like
Better Call Saul
shows, but literally that. But like characters have to die and face consequences of actions because like, otherwise what's the fucking point? And like, I think those 2 major deaths this season are the peak, like they are the peaks of this season because I'm like, oh, this is a show that I didn't expect to have the balls to like. We saw season 1. Season 1 opened with them killing like everyone's favorite character. And from then it was like, they're never going to be able to like kill someone off and have us feel anything if they fucked up Foggy and Elson's death.
Yeah, they ruined, and like they did Foggy's death completely wrong. And it puts you against the show from day one where it's like, okay, well, you ruin this, you're going to ruin everything else.
Like I said at the when we reviewed season 1, it's amazing that season 1 won people over as much as it did for a show that started that way. That's the kind of beginning of an episode that should have had people like review bombing it from the get-go. Like it's amazing that the show
it's like equal to like when fucking Daenerys blows up King's Landing. It's like, oh, you just ruined
I don't know that it's that bad, but
I think it is that bad.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think it is that bad. I think killing Foggy for no reason in the first 5 minutes is that bad.
No, it would be like
because the show continued and it was still good.
If Matt killed Foggy in the first episode, then sure. But like Daenerys killing
it's the idea behind it. It's why even kill Foggy? Like I just still, they're never gonna get me to ever.
He might come back
with it. Fuck that!
I feel like Game of Thrones
might come back, man.
I feel like
that's true.
Yeah. I feel like Game of Thrones has killed plenty of characters that are like on the same level as like, why would you like that? You were just doing that for the sake of like,
I agree.
We need someone to be shot.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Varys is a prime example where you're like, what the fuck? Like this doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
The Foggy one. Like narratively, I mean, they made it make sense. Doesn't mean I'm happy.
I don't think it makes sense at all. I still don't think it does.
You don't think it makes sense that the
like
crime
I get it. Like
would
I
hire a crime guy to kill.
I think that makes sense. I just don't understand why it did or needed to happen at all in this.
No, it didn't, and it didn't. And like, I as someone who really, really likes the idea of like. I like the idea that something so tragic happens to Matt Murdock that he tries to kill Bullseye and he fucking gives up. I buy that for Daredevil as a character. It has good
moments.
Absolutely.
Yes.
They do.
Sure, it's solid motivation for the
character. Foggy, huh?
Yeah, they utilize the Foggy shit. So yeah, exactly. Hunter, that scene. They utilize that stuff so well. But I so agree. Why like opening the episode like that and it'd be a great like season 2 idea or something. Like I don't know, like I don't think you have Foggy show up. But how are we talking about Born Again season 1 in the big 2-6? What are we doing?
Yeah,
but like like it had
2-6.
Yeah. Anyway,
episode was good.
Episode was
good. Yeah. I liked it.
Yeah,
These
I'm
last
looking forward to the
few,
finale.
I'm just.
I think
even
next week we will talk a lot about
I don't
Daredevil
get
Born Again
I
in
don't get the
general
Luke
because
Cage
it's the
thing.
finale.
Well, next week is when it all comes together. Either we'll end like we'll watch next week's episode and go like, they rushed through a few things, but I think they earned all of this coming together. Or we'll be on like Tyler's side where it's just like they just rushed through a bunch of shit and it feels like we've burnt the idea, like the story
Yeah,
idea.
it's gonna be.
I'm not
Yeah,
that
that's what
way.
I'm saying.
I've genuinely like
How
as someone
long
who
is
was
it?
so worried in the first three episodes. We watched the first three and I was like, this is lesser than season one. I truly believe those first
Yeah.
three episodes were not as good as season one of Born Again. And then the last, four have been, I really think, great. I've loved every single one for different reasons. And
Oh,
this week's one was,
yeah,
it's funny, Tyler mentioned
it's
the
good.
pacing. I really like this week's episode felt the most like a middle episode of not like middle as in quality, but like a middle episode of the original show. It's just the fact that this is the penultimate episode leading into a finale.
Yeah, I
that makes
miss
me like,
13
whoa.
episode seasons.
Oh,
Man. I really do.
100%, dude.
I
I would
just looked it up.
sacrifice every bit of extra budget for more episodes. We don't need the CGI flips.
Yeah, nobody's watching the show anyway. I just looked it up and
That's
it
true.
says it
That's
says
true.
that the finale is going to be 51 minutes. So
Okay. Okay.
maybe they could do that.
So,
it's I
question
don't know.
question for you guys, since we're here, do you think, since we know Matt's probably going to go to jail here at the end, do you think identity reveal,
Probably.
or he's just going to jail as Matt Murdock without
Okay.
Daredevil?
All right.
Are we doing
there has-
Zdarsky
there has-
way or Brubaker way?
I think it'll go. I think yes, identity reveal, but not explicitly. I think the identity
and
reveal
not,
comes.
not wide scale, yeah.
Yes, I think it comes with. I think Fisk says it. I think Fisk in a
Yeah.
moment says it or something, and everyone goes,
There's
Huh.
Daredevil.
Yeah.
"Okay, he's Daredevil. He's Daredevil. He's Daredevil." But I think it happens in a point where a lot of people write it off, but it's still out there and it still exists.
Or this is I think I said this last week and I called it like I call everything this season. But
You didn't call this.
like-
You didn't call Michael or Daniel. I'm calling him Michael. Daniel.
I
Died
did.
like that.
Mike
I
Murdock.
did. I actually did. Thank you very
Michael
much. Go back
Gandolfini.
4 episodes. He's good, man. He's really good. He's a good Nepo baby. I like him.
I want him in more
Um,
stuff. I'm sad
yeah.
he's dead.
Did you see
I'm
his
sad he's not
interview
going to
about
be
Nepo Babies?
in
In
Spider-Man.
the show.
What'd you say?
He was on the Daredevil. I think it was the Daredevil podcast this week,
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
and they talked about Nepo babies. And he said, "I'm not a Nepo baby because one of my parents is dead, so it doesn't count."
That's
Aw.
very funny. Wow. Oh god damn.
That's
I
kinda
like
funny.
we still have not seen Fisk in the courtroom.
Sure.
So I wonder if like okay, it's going to be something where Matt is revealing his identity in some way to put Fisk behind bars. But obviously we know it doesn't take because we've seen set photos for season 3.
Maybe Fisk's
Um,
like faked his death or something. I mean, I don't know.
That'd be cool. Also, okay,
Season 3 intro is the exact same as Netflix season 3 intro, where it's like the fire and the water and Daredevil like this. but Kingpin.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Wow.
Fuck. One thing. So my fiance, when we were watching this, like she did this with the like last week when Jess is talking about her powers and then she punches Powell and like it doesn't take. I was like, has he got superpowers? And she was like, no, she said her powers on the fritz. Apparently her media literacy is like is
Off the
better
rocker,
than
man. Yeah, I feel the same way about this type of stuff. Oh,
I mean that one.
you
What happened?
froze
What
for a
happened?
second.
What
What
happened?
Great.
you
You
say?
to what are you even talking about? What happened this week?
Daredevil, the
Well,
her
yeah,
media literacy.
Oh, so yeah, in that moment, right? Matt's talking to Bullseye, and he's like, "Okay, you want one good deed? Like, go and do this thing." He doesn't explicitly state it, as far as I
Yeah.
remember. And so Bullseye shows up at the governor's place and stops her from being killed. And my fiance was like, "Well, Bullseye's going to show up now because that was like that makes sense as that was the thing." And I was just like, I didn't get that. I thought Matt was just letting him go kill Kingpin. Like I was so sure that it was going to be like go do something crazy. She was like, no, that logic, like that's what they said earlier. And I was like, did they say that earlier? Like I felt like an idiot, dude.
Yeah, you know what
Is
I
that what they
think?
meant?
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, clearly, I mean
Okay.
that's what happened. I mean,
I guess,
do
but like
you
that felt
think
like okay,
they,
sure.
you know what they've not done for me? This is maybe the most disappointing aspect is they haven't done
Not enough fight scenes.
enough slash anything
Yeah.
with Matt as a character. Like I don't know that they've really, because I feel like what they could have done, what I was expecting from him and Bullseye working together is Matt's breaking apart. He's using him as a weapon, and Matt is abandoning what he believes, and he's becoming dangerous. And I would love if they built it to the point where Matt does say to him, "You know what? Do it. Kill Fisk."
That's true.
Actually,
and the thing
do
about
it.
that too is they've never done that before, and they definitely
Maybe that
didn't
will
end the
happen.
last show with that entire moral idea of maybe that I go far enough and I kill
but
someone.
this is what I mean, though. It's like they did. Like I don't care about the you got to kill the Kingpin because we've gone through many seasons where he's like, I'm not
Yeah,
going to
we
kill the
don't need that.
Kingpin. But so I'm saying,
Yeah.
if we get to the point where he's like, you know what, fuck it, you do it, I will, and they actually stick through, and he does want to do it. That's something else.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked the Bullseye redemption arc and Matt forgiving him and mercy and all of that. I feel like in terms of Matt character growth, that was the most this show has kind of given
But
us.
it's
And
lacking.
it was surprising. It was surprising too because this season is Matt is in the costume all the fucking time. He's like embraced that
I like
I
that.
am
It's like the
symbol. I am
Batman.
no, I agree. Like I think when people go, we haven't had enough like Matt Murdock. I'm like, it's the same dude. He's wearing a different costume. Dude.
Exactly.
Just
It's
like
context, man.
what
You know, it's the same guy under the mask.
Yeah, he's on the run. Like, what do you want him in the I love the law scenes as well. This show does terrible fucking law like courtroom scenes.
Yeah,
fully agree.
Really
they're
bad.
fucking they're awful. They're so bad.
You know,
And
it's
the show knows that they're bad because it just zips through them. It doesn't care.
we don't know how to do this.
It's like they walk up and they go, "Your Honor, the thing you don't understand is," and that's the fucking scene. It's like, oh, whatever.
How about this, Your Honor? You know what scene I did like? Listen, loved it actually. Fucking Karen and Heather. So weird.
Yeah, that was good.
That was weird.
That was the best. That was the best use
Heather
of
Glenn
those
scene?
characters this season. I think.
100%.
It was also the best. It was the first time I was like, "Oh my god, that's Karen Page from the Netflix series Daredevil." Like I really felt.
Well, yeah, they're
in
talking
this
about
episode,
her
that was
episode,
her.
season 3, episode.
They were,
9.
yeah. I know, I was so happy about that.
Yeah,
But
I just
killed
love
her
how it's
brother.
like it's like Matt is he's fucked up so many people, man. Like he's turned these people against
I
each other to
love
like that. They've
Karen,
never met.
Karen genuinely loves him a lot still. Like that hug they have outside outside the prison. I was like, oh my god, that's how a couple functions. Even like if they really love each other, even through a bad argument, when you see each other again, that would be the reaction. It's like we just drop all the bullshit, whatever. But this episode was the first time I really felt like they were using Karen the way I remembered Karen Page being. Like, oh, that's the character that I like. So good stuff. Greatest show ever made, I think.
That was good, yeah.
I'm very
That's
surprised. Spoilers, I guess. I'm
Here we go.
so shocked that they're gonna do Lady Muse.
Oh God, yeah, I know. Yeah,
Muse
see.
gal.
yeah,
Muse
yeah.
lass?
I
don't know what
don't.
they
Yeah,
called her. Mrs.
Lady
Muse.
Muse, yeah.
They probably called her Mrs. Muse.
It's bad.
It's Heather as well. I guess
It is.
I don't
yeah.
I guess I just don't buy her as a supervillain. I like her as like a slimy, fucked up person.
Yeah, I agree. I think earlier in the season, Tyler, I was just like, what? Why are we giving this character so much fucking screen time? But I will say that scene with Karen, like seeing her become such a fucking cunt, I actually
it's
really
awesome.
enjoy. Like,
Yeah, no,
like
I'm saying,
now
I love it.
She's
I love
that
it.
actress is great at being like a fucking asshole.
When she
I
slides
love it.
into frame and she's like, Karen Page.
Oh,
like
God, I'm
that's
just like
so
this,
cool.
like-
Look at Hunter,
she's
look at
like-
Hunter.
He's like this.
Yeah, you guys are
fucking
both
hell.
are frozen, man. It's my time soon. What happened to him? He's gone again.
He's gone. He's proper gone, dude. This show between Heather and Agent Powell or whatever his name is does a great job of making you fucking hate people. Like
I
they
don't
write-
hate her though. I think she's fun.
Oh,
I
I
think I love to hate him, but I think no. I think I love to hate her and I hate to
Yes.
no other way around. I don't know. You know what I mean?
No, but like you hate them in different ways. I agree.
Yes.
Wow, Hunter's fucking gone. But like I think they do a good job. They want wow, there he goes. And there he goes. He's done. He's out. Episode 350. Thank you
Oh
everyone
my
for listening
God.
to the show. 9 years going strong.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
You want to hear about Doom or not?
Yeah, do it. Yeah, I like Dr. Doom. He's great.
Okay, ready? So, you know, in that one shot, that last one shot that came out, and it was like Doctor Doom trying to stop, Emperor
9/11.
Doom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, he cried during that. Remember? You know, Doctor Doom. He loves
That's why he
America.
tried to
Oh, he's
stop it.
back. I can't believe he came back, dude.
How did he
I thought
just join in? He
fucking
can
give
just
up.
do that? I thought I had to let him in.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just a blank screen. This is episode 350.
Hunter.
Yeah, so there was that other one shot, right, where it was Doom 2099 trying to go back and stop Sorcerer Supreme, you know, Emperor Doom or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And when I read that at the
yes.
time,
One World
I was
Under
trying
Doom.
I was trying to fudge together, like, okay, like, how can this be 2099 Doom based off like that character's timeline? And like, it wasn't until I was talking about in the Discord the other day that I was like, they're not the same thing. And I have to just accept that, like, this Doom 2099 is costume and all of that the same, but
He's gone again.
He's gone again. He's gone again. Oh my god.
He's different from the
Doom-
original like comic run.
He's
Doom
not. Yeah, he's
2099.
not Earth 928 Doctor Doom, which was Doom 2099.
Apparently, none of them are. I think the modern like Miguel O'Hara is like a different universe as well.
It's
I think
all
that
reset. Yeah,
they're all different. Yeah.
So it's like the world's thinnest cigarette. It's like
Yeah.
I want to smoke, but it's a lollipop. It's what it clearly is it's like it's a diverging timeline of 616 where the Emperor Doom shit went his way and he murdered the entire world. Literally every living thing on the world is dead except for Doctor Doom, right? And then he's back again. He's back again.
Yeah,
Yeah, look at him. Is he frozen again? He is.
Come on. Hold up. Taking a picture of that. It's hilarious. Wow. Look at him. Wow. Doom 2099. Jesus Christ.
Oh, look. Oh, shit.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Am I here? Am I here?
Am I too soon? I'm too soon.
We fucking did on the same
It's
fucking
Lois.
wavelength. Tyler.
Lois Lane. She's the key.
She's the key. Oh my god.
I have a big thing on my screen that says internet connection unstable, but it also
Yeah.
says I have 4 bars.
Sick. I couldn't believe you came back, Hunter. I was like, I thought you'd just fuck off.
Yeah,
I'm so sure.
What's going
I'm gonna go have dinner.
on?
Wow. Oh my god.
Anyway.
Okay, so
Pretty
it's like the
good
future
now.
where he murders everyone, okay? And then he's just chilling in 2099. And that's cool. This issue is like what, 27 pages? And I think it's like halfway through the Doombot version
It's
of
a
Valeria.
one of how many? It's like a mini series? Or
It's one of one.
Oh, it's a one shot.
It's a one shot. Yeah, get ready for this. Get ready for this. You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So he
for
finds
this.
Hunter's frozen again. So the Valerian Doombot is like, oh, you know, fuck, man, this is so stupid. Why don't Doom has built a legion of Doombots? They all have the faces of all the dead heroes, right?
Okay.
Valeria is the only one that he doesn't
Dead,
send
but
out
like
on-
heroic age heroes, like Captain America and such. No.
Yeah, it's like all his friends that he blew up and then felt
Okay.
bad about. He keeps Valeria like by his side because he doesn't want that Doombot to get hurt, whatever. The other Doombots go out and they're trying to find pieces so that he can fix his time platform. He's gone again. Hunter's gone again. So that Doom can fix his time platform so that he can then go back in time and stop Emperor Doom from fucking everything up, which was what happened in the last issue.
Said, bro,
Did he
I'm
send
gonna
something?
restart my computer.
We're gonna be done by the time he gets
Yeah,
back.
literally.
Is your dog okay?
Yeah,
She
what
just flew.
she leaps sometimes, but she's okay. She landed on like a pillow.
Damn. That's what he says. Yeah, sure. Hard concrete would be my guess.
Hard
I'm seeing you throw that
dunk.
over your shoulder, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like they come back with like the pieces to try and fix the time platform, and it's Ultron's head. Woo! So we're halfway through the issue. Ultron's head has appeared, and Doctor Doom's like,
okay.
"Oh, actually, there's a cool page that you'll like. If I can find it,
I like cool pages. I like them.
I had to buy this on Amazon and read it on fucking Kindle, which is dog shit. It fucking sucks.
Of course.
Jesus Christ.
Remember Comicsology?
You'll like this page. Oh, R.I.P. you'll like this page, right? So he's talking about, oh, that's cool. He's like, ooh, Ultron, look at
Oh,
that cool
half
Ultron.
Doom, half
But he's like,
Ultron.
Ultron, Ultron's crazy and Ultron's sick, but also like I can bend Ultron to my will because I did it in Secret Wars 1984.
Oh, let's
Woo.
go. Ba,
Oh,
ba, ba, da,
84.
ba, da, ba, da, ba, da.
You'll love this. He's holding it.
That's a cool
That's
panel.
cool.
That is sick, actually. Holy shit. That's cool.
Yeah. He's holding it and he's just like, Ultron, he'll help me fix the time platform, but he
He
sucks. So
helped me kill Kang that time.
He did. Yeah, Ultron fucking murder Kang. No!
Yeah.
Your
Oh, what if
explanation of that when I read that was the fun bit.
but it's true. That's literally what
It's
happens.
true. He's literally like, okay. Ultron murder Kang. Kang's like, what the fuck? And he's just gone.
Yeah.
No!
And they were gonna make Secret Wars about Kang, the movie.
Yeah.
Fucking morons.
So he's like, all right, I'll bring back Ultron. I'll put his head on a thing. I'll plug him in, but I'll make him so he's not evil Ultron. And if anyone has ever seen the movie Transformers 4,
Age of Extinction.
yeah, that one where they take Megatron's head and they're like, this won't go wrong, and then it goes wrong immediately. That happens. So Doom goes to bed.
Oh, and
he's
all
going to
his
bed.
Doom
He's like,
bots. I see.
I'm gonna sleep. His Doom bots are like helping him, and then his Doom bots attack him.
Yeah.
And
I was
believe
covered
it or,
in strings.
you won't believe it. It was Valeria, and she's like, "You gave me too much agency as a Doombot because you loved the last Valeria so much, but now I'm rising up and like, oh, fuck you, dude." And Ultron is super sick, and I'm gonna make Ultron, like Ultron's gonna rule. Oh, this is a cool page. Look at that. There he is. Look at him. Let's go.
That is pretty cool. Yeah. It's Victor, right? This version is Victor.
It's Victor Von Doom. It's always Victor Von Doom. There was that. The last arc of John Francis Moore's Doom 2099 is him being like, "Am I Doctor Doom?" And then the ultimate revelation is, "Yeah,
I'm Doom. Yeah.
Yeah,
Doom is inevitable. Jarvis, I'm Doom.
Oh, you'll like this. You'll like this. Look at all the Doom bots walking through, and they're holding Ultron's head. That's cool.
Ultron, kill Kang.
Also, watch how quick Doom caves on this, right? The Valeria Doombot goes, can I ask a question? Blah, blah, blah. She's like, you don't send me out with the other Doombots because you created me in her image, the image of your beloved goddaughter Valeria. And Doom goes, nonsense. I am Doom. I am above such sentimentality. And then she goes, apologies again, Master. If you'll permit me one more query, Valeria, what was she like? And then Doom's like, she was special to me. Admittedly, her death affects me the most. Like, he caved immediately. She asked one question. He was like, yeah, dude, fucking my. Oh, man,
she's great.
I'm so upset by that. So anyway, they plug Ultron's head in. They attack Doom. All the Doombots attack Doom. Ultron. This is my favorite part. Ultron goes, ha ha ha, accept your fate, talking monkey. Like, oh, Jesus, bro.
Jeez. He's got the Doom in him.
Yeah, there he is. And then he's fighting all the Doombots, and then Ultron starts assembling himself from all the broken bits of Doombots.
Yeah, clearly you've never made an omelet.
Clearly, Ultron turns himself into a big conglomerate of metal shit, and Doom's just like,
okay.
Then they're fighting for a bit. So this is the conceit of the issue. It's Ultron versus Doom. We are currently at page 25 of 28, and the fight has started.
Oh.
This is the showdown here.
Oh.
They're fighting for a bit. They're shooting. Oh, I'm shooting a spell at you. I'm shooting a laser at you. Fuck you, dickhead.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so this is page 1 of the fight. This is page 2 of the fight. The top of page 2 is the time portal being activated, and then Doom headbutts him and then falls into the time portal. The issue ends with Ultron being like, we both got what we wanted. You're going back in time, and I am ruling 2099 by my... I mean, he looks cool. I'm ruling 2099
by myself. Was this going to spin off into something else?
Then the issue ends, and it's Ultron saying, but you'll be trapped in the time stream forever, and it's Doom falling through, time and stuff. And then it says, the end for now.
Oh, wait. Show me that. He's in the Age of Apocalypse universe?
The Age of Apocalypse. There's some
King Thanos?
That's King Thanos, Iron Man's, Thor's there.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That'll be fun, I guess. If you send Doom 2099 to other timelines, like Doom 2099 in the Age of Apocalypse sounds pretty fucking cool.
His thing, the idea that like this is the starting point for a story where Doom 2099 has fucked up everything, and now it's this is a terrible reference, but it's a flash forward by Scott Lobdell,
Okay.
but Doctor Doom. You remember that story? How it's Wally
Yeah.
falling through time and shit. I love a time fucking travel story. I love that Doctor Doom does time travel fucking bullshit all the
That would
time.
be a very cool story. Yeah, that
Wouldn't
would be
it?
cool.
But as far as I know, this is a fucking one shot, and it just says the
Yeah.
end for now. Where's the rest of the story? Like, give me
You imagine that
four
though,
more
like
issues of this.
him in the Old Man Logan universe, or
That's
Jesus,
what I'm
him in the Age of,
legitimately doing.
oh, that would be cool. Yeah, that would be.
That's cool, but like as far as we know, this story's not going anywhere until like 6 months from now. They announce maybe another one shot, but like make it a mini. Make it a mini. You're giving fucking Spider Gwen like 30 minis a year, dude. Give Doom a mini for
Yeah,
real.
but she's the fourth pillar of the Marvel universe.
Yeah, I know that, and so is Aunt May, but that's not the point.
True.
Just
I'm
like
surprised there's no
on.
Aunt May Spider-Man at this point.
Do you remember? Like,
Actually, I think there is.
Marvel did that Thrawn Alliances comic. I don't know if you remember. It was 4 issues long.
yeah.
They adapted, and they adapted the first one. It's great. I love it. The Luke Ross art. It looks fucking amazing. They did Thrawn Alliances, and they adapt half the book, and then it just says to be continued with a question mark. And you're like, you didn't tell the story. This book's called Thrawn Alliances. You didn't tell the fucking story. This is Doom 2099, Rage of Doom. He's fighting Ultron. He doesn't really fight Ultron, and really doesn't get that mad. So I'm just like,
yeah,
okay,
Ultron.
all right, that's the story. It's good. It was
right.
actually like it's a fun issue, but it's just like this needs to go anywhere.
2099 versus Ultron 2099 or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Is that fun? Is that anything?
There's no. You need to understand about this version of the 2099 universe. There is no sentient life. There is nothing.
Right.
It's all dead. It's just robots.
Nice.
Because he blew up the world. You want to see him blow up the entire world?
I guess, yeah.
He says he was like, look at this dude. It's like Reed's like, we've kicked your ass, Victor. Eat shit. Like,
oh, is that a mustache?
There's this cool page where they're all like standing over him and they're like, "Fuck you, Daredevil's there, bro. Who invited
Whoop his
you?"
Daredevil.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a beard. But,
Oh, okay, yes, I see.
but like Doom's just, dude. This is very Doom, to be fair. Reed is like, "Your reign is over, Emperor. You must admit that now." And Doom goes, he's on the ground when he says this. Doom accepts nothing of the sort, Richards, you self-assured fool, not when I have you exactly where I want you. Shut up, dude. You're on the ground.
No, you don't have anybody anywhere, bitch. You've got nothing at all.
The terrible truth was I did not fully grasp what I was about to unleash, a spell I had reserved as my last resort. One that I had uncovered in the deepest recesses of the Darkhold, a spell incanted by the she-demon Lilith, used to defy God himself. So, and then he just burns the whole world.
Good for him, I guess.
Yeah. Just like,
wow.
That's it.
That's it. Well then.
That's it. That's cool. That's good stuff.
Is that it for the episode, you think? I think that's it.
I think that has to be it with for episode. He's running diagnostics. Why is he sending messages still?
Yeah. Okay, stay
this
with
is
me.
my Wi-Fi. Run diagnostic, brother. You just got to call it.
Jarvis, run diagnostic.
Jarvis, run diagnostics. That was episode 350. Next week, 351, baby.
Hell yeah, let's go. Woo woo.
This isn't that exciting, but I'm working on a new frame for the thumbnail.
But we won't be there. So,
we won't be there. Does that count as 351? Them together?
Yeah, I mean, it would. Why would it not?
How long is it? If it's 20 minutes, does it count?
I mean, I hope it's more than the 20 minutes.
That sets a bad precedent if it's just those two for like 25 minutes.
No, but that's really like nostalgia going back to the beginning.
Yeah, but no one's nostalgic. They think they are. The Discord was nostalgic,
they don't even
and
think
then but then we pointed it out, and they were like, "Yeah, actually, that was dog shit back in the day." It's like, yeah, we know. Even our early episodes sound like ass, dude. It's like episode 200 onwards, we get good. Maybe. Episode 300 onwards.
It's like after it's like after he says the Steve Trevor thing. That's when we get good.
Maybe I shouldn't revert to legacy numbering. Maybe we should.
No, I like it. I want the legacy numbering back.
I start from 1?
I don't want to start from 1 again, man.
Should we rename the podcast?
We can think about that, surely.
I thought about a villain story, and then everyone kept saying a villain story, and I was like, "Oh, you stole my thing." We just do Year of the Villain. We do we do 54, 52 episodes. A villain story, Born Again.
All right, we'll see you next week or something. I don't know.
Okay, all right. Don't worry about it then.